I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Gentlemen,
Welcome to the stream.
welcome to the stream. Hello, everybody. How's it going, boys?
It might be loud.
And
Oh, nope, you're good. You're good. Sorry.
I'm good. I'm
Yep.
good. Awesome. Here we go. Hello, boys. We are new invaders and now Big Zam. Did you see the announcement about the invaders, Nova?
Oh yeah, that's pretty exciting.
That's pretty crazy, right? I wasn't expecting one of the. I wasn't expecting Sleepy, you know.
No, or even Cleo.
Yeah, Cleo. There's a lot of rats around Cleo, so I thought, oh, Cleo must be one of them. But yeah, I'm still surprised though about Cleo.
A little less surprised about Mari just because she's been pretty involved with like Pippa and stuff lately.
Yeah, she's very phase coded as well, right?
So that one was less surprising, but the other two I was not expecting at all.
Oh, so this should be an exciting time ahead. Good for Sleepy. I'm happy Sleepy's part of the phase crew now. But yes, everybody. Anyway, today we're not talking about phase invaders. Today we're going to be reviewing some anime mechs, and I'm here with No Crusader, who is the god of anime mech reviews. So we're going to be going through about, how many is it again? 12, right? We're doing 12 each or so mechs. We're going to review and talk about why we like them.
10 each. We have 12 in case we get through them quick.
Aha, okie-dokie, awesome. So Nova, did you want to start us off with your first mech and we can take a look at it?
Sure. First off, I have... Let me load it. Shin-Getter-Robo.
Here we go. Here it is. Shingero. How do you say it? Sorry,
Shin-Getter-Robo.
Shin-Getter-Robo. Shin-Getter-Robo.
Yeah, Death-Getter-Robo.
Death-Getter-Robo. Very 1980s?
Nope, 1990s.
It's 1990s. Oh, okay. It's got the kind of cell shading that reminds you of the 80s, but yeah, it could be early 90s as well. It's early 90s.
They're probably trying... I mean, it's based off of a 80s franchise. Or not 80s, 70s. If I recall correctly.
70s.
For Getter-Robo.
Yeah, it looks like the animation reminds me of something like the 80s, early 90s, but like the design of the mech itself like screams 1970s. Actually, looking at it, looking at the drills, it makes me think of Gurren Lagann a little bit. I wonder if Gurren Lagann got his influence from here.
Oh, Gurren totally yanked from other mecha. But I mean, that's the best way to do it, really. You pull from the classics.
No, exactly. Yeah, I love the designs in Gurren. Actually, I should have had a mech design from Gurren Lagann in here. I don't have one.
I'm surprised you didn't when I looked at your list.
Yeah. Actually, if I remember, I was thinking about having V-Roll's mech in there, but then looking at it for a little bit longer, I thought it's a little bit too boring. Actually, V-Roll's mech. Be an interesting choice. So let's go through the mech. Go through the mech with me then, Nova. Why do you like this one?
Well, the artwork for this isn't like the most recent for it. I like the really newer stuff, particularly like the model kits and everything, because they kind of messed with the proportions a little bit. So it's a little bit sleeker looking. But Getter-Robo has always had 3 forms, and that's what's represented here. The main one with the horned head is Getter-1.
Getter-1, yeah.
The tank one is Getter-3, and the other one is Getter-2. Getter-1 is like the main combat form, and is what they use for showing off pictures and all that, advertising. Getter-2 is better at like fighting it underwater and is extremely fast, while Getter-3 is enormously strong, slower, and obviously tankier. But I particularly like it because it's hot-blooded mecha design.
Hot-blooded mecha design? You said it with such enthusiasm.
It's a true super robot. Watching that thing.
What is it?
What was that?
What is a super robot? Explain that to us. What's a super robot?
Well, typically in anime you have super robot and then real robot. Super robots are usually more over the top. When the pilot starts screaming, that means they're about to go into overdrive.
Ah!
More so than real robot stuff. They also have songs that usually get the heart pumping and all that. That's why they're called hot-blooded.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like young, boyish energy.
Yes, super robots are very much the power fantasy in play. With their enormous strength, ridiculous and oftentimes very powerful enemies. And then it's usually very gratifying watching them just unleash and just rip and tear.
Rip and tear.
And Shin Getter does that in spades. Combat with Getter has always been really brutal. It does not hold
brutal
back.
How?
What?
Brutal how? How is it brutal? Is it
well,
do people die?
It does the rip and tear pretty good. It'll pull off mech limbs and all that. It's got these tomahawks that it will cut things up with. The blades on its arms are also used for attacks. Obviously you got the drill on Getter 2. And Getter 3 is usually about pummeling things. Also, it's not really shown in the picture, but I believe it does have missile launchers in the shoulders.
Yeah, I can see how those could be missile launchers. I did wonder what they were. They kind of look like drills, like pneumatic drills, kind of thing. What's your which version of the mech is your favorite? Is it I really like the one with the drill lance kind of thing.
Getter 1's my favorite.
Just a big fan of drills. I like a good drill.
I like them all, but Getter 1's
very menacing.
What was that?
It's a red. It's like a significant color in Japanese culture. It isn't like red the color of heroism or something.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
It makes sense.
This is a hero robot. Hero robot, yeah.
Yes. Oh, another big element that's very common in super robots is they'll often say is insert robot name God or devil.
God or devil? What's that?
Are they actually good or actually evil? Or is it a force of protection or destruction? Because they're so enormously powerful that sometimes their powers can get a little carried away. And it can overwhelm the pilot. Sometimes even make them crazy.
Oh, I see. So is it like does it have like a kind of mental psychic link to the pilot, or is it like the force of controlling the machine? How does it affect the pilot's mental state?
Well, a lot of super robots, I'm talking in general, but this also applies to the Getter series in general. They usually have some fantastic power source that's driving the robot, and that power source just kind of flows through the pilot too, and can greatly fatigue them, but also drives them to, greater feats.
So yeah, pushes them beyond what their body can normally handle, kind of thing.
Yes, or in some cases their mind.
Oh, their mind. I mean, that's something in Gundam Wing as well with the Epsilon system. So yeah,
or the Zero system.
Yeah, the Zero system. Sorry,
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Gundam Wing is borderline super robot. It doesn't quite. Hit there, but it's borderline there.
It is borderline. Yeah. Some of the mechs in Gundam are a bit over the top and ridiculous. But
well, the Gundams were ridiculous. At least for the first half of the show, where nothing could touch them.
Yeah, I always do wonder. It's like, how does Duo's mech work? Because he's a melee character with like a big scythe, and it's like, how does he go around like slashing people without getting shot down?
Well, he's fast, but Death Scythe also puts out a jamming signals, and I believe has like a particle thing that can mess with targeting systems.
I thought that was only in like the upgraded version though, like in the
Nope.
basic one.
That's what those big things on its shoulders were. Those air intake like things.
Hmm.
Those were the jamming device.
I just think of like the upgraded Death Scythe with its where like the shoulders open up and it almost has kind of like dragonfly wings kind of thing.
Well, yeah, that
Like
one's just
wings.
boosted even further.
Boosted beyond. This is to go even further beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like this mech. I really like the version of this mech that has the kind of lance drill arm kind of thing. It reminds me of a cavalry officer because it's even got little like boots, little what do you call them? With the spurs. What are they called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but greaves. They look like greaves. That's it. It's like he's ready for a duel.
Yep. Usually when you see that guy, he'll kind of run around the target, and you'll see after images because he's just that fast.
Hagfish disagrees, Nova Crusader. He says Gundam Wing isn't borderline super robot. They were just engineered like the Tall Geese, which came in the 5 Gundams. And the Zero system is like your nude type magic, but on the AC timeline.
The Gundams can take a hit straight to the chest by a bazooka. They're super robot. Also, the Wing Gundam's beam rifle is ridiculous. It's one-shotting a colony. Epion could slice through a colony with its beam saber. It's super robot. It's close. I'll admit it's not super robot, but it comes close.
I always think of that scene in Endless Waltz where heroes firing the beam cannon so much it literally causes his Gundam to disintegrate.
That actually made no sense. Because we see the Wing Gundam in the main series literally shoot that much anyway, and it has 0 problems.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's like they're playing off because it's really heavily damaged already, so maybe.
Oh, that's true. He did have that fight with Wu-Fei.
Yeah, so maybe the structural integrity of it's compromised, right?
Yeah. Also, I think they're called the Virgo. The
doll robot, the doll mobile suit, mobile doll.
Yeah, that thing's sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet actually. I really like the Virgo, and I fucking forget the name of the other one.
Taurus?
Venus or something? Taurus, that's it.
Yeah, Taurus is really cool. Did you know they had a model kit for that one time?
I didn't. I'm old enough. Well, old enough. Yeah, old enough to have been born around about the time they were selling the model kits.
I actually have the Taurus model kit. I ran into it kind of by accident. It was on a dusty shelf at my local game store.
Oh, were you able to pick it up for like $1?
No, I got it for like 12, I think.
That's still not bad. Is it a collector's item? Is it rare?
It's a terrible kit though.
It's a terrible kit. Why's that?
So you know about those wings on its back?
Mm-hmm.
It's got these flimsy little pegs to connect with.
Yeah.
Yeah, those broke really quick.
Yeah, that's always a problem with these little fiddly things. They break.
And the fit on the upper legs, if you bend the knees, they break apart. The upper legs do.
Okay, that's really bad. Yeah,
it is.
Really bad. Actually, I remember I had a model kit of Heavy Arms and Death Scythe as a kid, and I remember the legs breaking off really easily, actually. Well, that's unlocked a memory now. That's actually, I got it in America, actually. I just come back from holiday in the US, and I was so excited to unbox my Gundam shit.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you haven't posted any of your Warhammer miniatures like I asked.
Oh, shit. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Because I do want to see...
I've got a 5-second memory.
No problem.
No, yeah, I'll have to do that. Actually, I've got the box somewhere of all my miniatures in it. I'll have to go find it. I think I put it in the attic.
Yeah. Daniel in my chat points out G Gundam is super robot, which I do agree with.
Yeah, I'd agree with that sentiment, I guess. Yeah, G Gundam is Super Robot.
And he looked up the name of the jammers. They're called hyper jammers, and they mess with the lock-on systems, forcing you to manually aim, at which point you're having to deal with the Death Size rather insane maneuverability.
Yeah, I think Hagfish here makes a good point. He says the Super Robot era of Gundams began with Seed. I wouldn't necessarily say it began with Seed, but I think after Seed it started to become like a more prevalent, and the teen melodrama broke the law that Gundams are like military equipment. Then 00 emphasized more of that, and from that point it's all Super Robot. What do you think about 00, Nova Crusader? I think that's Super Robot with the ridiculous GN particle drives and shit.
I haven't watched it. Seed kind of turned me
You
off
haven't
from Gundam really
watched
bad.
Yeah, I didn't like Seeds at all.
I despised it. I got like halfway through it, and then I was just like, I'm just done. I can't do this anymore.
Did you watch Seed like relatively soon after it came out, or did you watch it a lot?
I watched it when it was rolling out on in the US. Watch it every weekend.
You know, I think that Gundam Seed is so self-aware. They did they had like this little chibi OVA series to accompany the end of Gundam Seed, and like as a self-aware meme, one of these episodes was like 5 minutes of Kira and Afran screaming like their names at each other. So like Afran would be screaming Kira, and then Kira would be going Afran. You know, like they're about to kill each other in a duel. And it's like, yeah, that basically does summarize Gundam Seed. It's just Kira and Afran screaming at each other.
Yeah.
Very homoerotic scene. Very homoerotic. Kira and Afran want to fuck each other.
That's the hero Relina dynamic.
Hero! Oh my god, that fucking triggers me so much. that episode where Hero and Zex are about to duel on the ice planet, and then fucking Relina shows up. And she goes, "Hero, destroy that man!" It's like, Relina, fuck off.
Destroy my brother that I don't know is my brother.
Destroy that man, Relina, shut up.
Oh, you had to fight in the heavy arms.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, a lot of people hate Gundam Wing, and they say like it's terrible and boring. But I don't. I have a soft spot for me. I don't care how bad it is. I love it. I think Treize is a great character.
Oh yeah,
in Gundam Wing. Yeah, and he predicted as well. Like Gundam Wing predicted the future of war. Like they predicted drone warfare and shit. So it was actually quite philosophical, I thought.
Well, I mean, drones were around before Gundam Wing. They just used them.
That's true, but it took until around about the last kind of 5-6 years before they really started like replacing, you know, the whole Ukraine stuff. Actually, like fully.
They're more popularized.
Yeah,
because there were drones in World War II.
Yeah, there were. That's right.
I would hate to be the guy having to drive it though.
Yeah. Yeah, the drone drivers and the guys who had like those little I can't remember what they're called now, mini subs, like the little submersibles that were operated by one man.
Oh, sorry, what was that? I was reading a chatter.
Yeah, what are the names of those little submarines again in World War II? The little mini submersibles that one man would operate.
I don't know. I'm bad at remembering names that are not always relevant to me.
You know what? I never watched any of the Build Fighters. I really didn't like the look of them. Did you like Build Fighters?
I have not watched Build Fighters. After Seed, I pretty much just sank myself into Universal Century and focused so hard on that.
Yeah. Seed didn't kill it fully for me. I managed to last until 00, and then after 00, I was like, okay, no more Gundam now. I've had enough. I did. Have you? Oh, no, actually, I won't spoil it for you just in case you watch it.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
With spoilers with me, I almost never mind spoilers. When I ask you not to spoil something for me, it means I don't want to talk about that at all. Otherwise, I'm actually cool with spoilers all the time.
Okay, that's That's interesting. Thank you. Okay. There's a scene in Gundam 00 where, like, the objectively the best Gundam maestro, who's called Locon Stratos, gets killed in a duel with someone, but before he dies, he ejects his personal harrow. And there's this scene where his little harrow's floating in space all by itself. And it's like, harrow, 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 harrow. And it's like, oh no, the harrow's so sad. The harrow's upset it's lost its pilot. It's really tragic. Like, funny enough, the harrow is the only character I ended up caring for in that anime. The rest of the characters are shit. I just cared about the little harrow.
Nice. You ever watch like the 80s SD Gundam?
I haven't seen SD Gundam actually. No, I haven't. Is it any good?
It's
interesting.
That's a good way to put it. I cannot say it's bad because it is really funny, but I cannot say it's good either. Just it's very, very unhinged.
Very, even for Gundam, unhinged for Gundam.
It is extremely unhinged. The first episode, SD Gundam Mark 1, it plays it safe. It's, funny, haha. We're retelling the story of, the original Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they're like, well, we put our hours in. Let's go crazy. And they did.
I mean, I guess it's during that period of Japanese anime where they were very, very Japanese, maybe.
I'll send you a link after stream.
Yeah, I've got to check that out now. You said you put it that way. I love weird shit. I mean, speaking of weird shit, I was watching School Days again the other day, and I thought, oh my god, I forgot how wild this anime was at times.
But
Hagfish really likes Gundam 8th MS Team. Really, did 8th MS Team come out in the 80s?
I thought 8th MS Team was the beginning of the 90s, but it might have been late 80s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I fucking love 8th MS Team. I think it's the. Yeah, I think it is. I think 8th MS Team is the best Gundam.
What is?
8th MS Team. I think that's the best Gundam.
It's pretty good. It didn't wow me like I like Zeta way more.
Okay, I really like 8th MS Team because I like how. I mean, the whole concept of mechs in reality is dumb, right? But for a mech anime, I loved how like wazy and realistic everything felt in 8th MS Team, and it had really beautiful drawings and art as well.
It also had. I will say, it had probably the best fight scene between the Flight Goof and Easy 8.
The GM and got 2 GMs, a gun tank, and a Gundam.
Huh?
I think the Goof, right, is fighting 2 GMs, a gun tank, and a Gundam. You mean that fight scene?
The one at the end.
Oh, the one at the end.
With the Flight Goof.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Also, I've watched 8th MS Team in like a very long time. I should probably watch it again.
I haven't watched it in a very long time either.
Well, maybe we should move on to one of your machines.
Okay, let's move on to one of mine. So I'm going to be showing Anubis from Zone of the Enders. I fucking love Zone of the Enders 1 and 2. When I was a kid, I preferred Zone of the Enders 1 because I tended to prefer 3D more than 2D. But now that I'm older, I actually prefer 2D to 3D. Yeah, so like Zone of the Enders 2 is more traditional anime cel shaded, whereas 1 was all 3D. Have you ever played the Zone of the Enders games?
Nope. It was a game I was kind of interested in, but didn't have that much money to buy games at that particular time, and then I just forgot.
Yeah, I had it on. I first got a demo of it on the PlayStation, one of the PlayStation 2 magazine demos, and yeah, I played the ever-loving shit out of the first 5 minutes of the game. It's so good. Oh, you know what? I should have had. Do I have Magus? I don't think I was thinking about putting in Magus as one of my picks, but I didn't in the end. I love Magus. Yeah. What's the what's the biggest thing that you notice on this mech Nova Crusader? What really stands out to you?
I think we all know. I'm familiar with Zone of the Enders just because of all the memeing.
Yeah.
Now the question is that where the pilot sits?
It is where the pilot sits. Yeah.
Okay. There's another anime that has the pilots embedded in there too.
Is that, which one is it?
It's it's on the tip of my tongue.
It's not the only thing on the tip of your tongue, is it? The Anubis's cockpit.
No, definitely not.
I mean, it's a big cockpit, man. It's easy to get it in there.
It's, I don't know. Why do you like this? And while you talk about that, I'm gonna try to find the name of that anime I'm thinking of.
Yeah. The one thing I really like about Anubis is, well, for one thing, I quite like Egyptian mythology. So I like how the mech actually does resemble Anubis. You've got like the little ears, which also act as like sensors and antennae for Anubis. It's got an almost, I don't know if it's relating to the mythology of Anubis, but it's got a kind of angelic appearance as well, with like these wings in the background, which are where its boosters sit. So it's got six different boosters on the back of it that can rapidly adjust to any direction. So it's very highly maneuverable.
Nice.
And it's got a spear as well. I don't know why, again, in Zone of the Enders, which is a mech universe with giant, massive, super powerful plasma weaponry, this mech is using just a stick, basically, with a pointy end at the end of it. But I think that looks cool as fuck. I like the color scheme as well. It's a nice color scheme. You've got a kind of sandy beige with a gradually fading to kind of like black with red accents.
It's
lovely
very
color
muted,
design,
but very striking at the same time.
Yeah, very muted, very striking. I like it. It's almost kind of like it's kind of like a military pattern kind of thing, but I like how it's kind of got that burnt look at the end of the tips of the wings.
Yeah.
And then you've got the tail as well that kind of goes in between its legs. It's like a little plug tail thing as well, because Anubis is a dog and dogs have tails, I guess.
Does that do anything?
I can't remember what the tail does. Actually. I'm pretty sure the tail like powers it. It controls. So this mech, along with the main character of this mech, which is called Jehuti in the game, it's like the two of them combined basically control basically like a mega mech that's kind of like a Death Star that has such overwhelming power, and it's like a giant command platform. So yeah, the two of them are needed to kind of control this platform, and I think the tail is used to connect Anubis to the mainframe.
And they just let it flap around when not in use.
Yeah, I guess so. You don't really notice, because I guess it's PS2 era. They don't have like the physics to animate the tail, but kind of in cutscenes, I don't think it even appears in cutscenes. Thinking about it, but I did say I was gonna like stream. Like Zone of the Enders 2 was gonna be the first game I ever meant to like stream, and I said I was gonna stream it in October 2023. It's been nearly 2 years, and I still haven't streamed. Zone of the Enders 2.
That's okay. I have yet to stream the game I was originally going to use my first as well.
Which one? Which game was that? What were you gonna do?
I was going to do Paperboy from the NES.
Oh my god! I remember watching your friends play Paperboy back in the day. Fucking hell, that takes me back.
That it's a game.
Yeah, it's one of the games of all time, right? Very simple but very addictive.
very it makes you want to rip your hair out too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very frustrating game. Well, yeah, one thing I really do like about the Zone of the Enders mechs, other than the massive cockpit, which I think is pretty funny, is that they've got like these very sharp kind of pointed legs, and what they do is like the kind of, I guess what you call the feet of the mechs actually open up to then produce like wheels on tracks. So even if the mech isn't flying, it could like land on the ground. and like zoom about the place with tracked feet.
Huh.
So it like moves really quickly. Like, have you seen Heavy Gear?
Yeah. I've seen it and played it.
Yeah, kind of like the Heavy Gear mechs, where they've got like wheels and kind of like car engines built into like the legs, kind of thing, and they zoom around that way. The Zone of the Enders mechs do the same thing.
Oh, nice! I like that mechanic.
Yeah, I like that mechanic too. It's really fun to.
I did find out the name of the other anime.
Oh, what was it?
It's Brain Powered.
Brain Powered. I've not heard of that one. Makes me think of the song. Brain power.
It's got good music.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cultured dudes in the chat as well. People mentioning Votons, talking about Heavy Gear, Metal Gear.
Very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, so that's why I like Anubis. That's all I had to say about Anubis. Back to you, Nova Crusade.
Well, I want to say a few things about it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So some things I do like about it. I know the cockpit is enormous.
Yeah.
But I do like how sleek it is compared to the rest of the design. It fits with the styling of the legs and even the arms and chest. It kind of has it comes from a point and then goes back, kind of like forming a triangular shape. It looks very sleek and aerodynamic because of that.
Oh wow! I mean, yeah, Nova Crusade is an artist, and I'm a plebeian, so I can't speak in these I don't have this eye for detail like he does.
But I also enjoy mechs that have tiny feet like that.
Oh yeah, why is that?
I don't know. It should make them unstable, but for some reason it always makes them look more stable somehow, more nimble.
I guess with little tiny sharp feet like this one, you could stick it into the ground like lawn darts kind of thing. Just stick it in the ground and then you won't fall over.
Oh, that'd be a fun, if they ever did a Chibi series or SD series on this, they should totally have like Anubis try to land and then it gets stuck in the dirt.
Yeah.
And then he's just struggling trying to get out.
I think actually looking at this, one thing I've noticed as well is that if you take a look at the kind of knee section, you can see it's really bulky compared to like the upper leg, like compared to the thighs and the shins. And I wonder why the knee section is so bulky. Do you reckon it's something to do with keeping the legs together, keeping it stable? Like, why is it so?
Are there thrusters in there?
Actually, that might be it. I think there's thrusters in the legs. Yeah.
Because looking at the knee joint, they're not particularly large, but the knee armor around it looks like it has something in the back.
Yes, I remember now. These mechs, when they have like a regular flight mode, like they have like a battle thruster mode, and then they have like a super high speeds kind of navigation mode that they kind of transform into. And when they go into the super high speed modes, they basically like, it's not quite a Superman pose. It's like they have their legs do the Superman thing, but then their arms go behind them instead of front of them. And then, yeah, like they combine the thrusters and the legs together to get maximum velocity. I think it is the leg thrusters. Yeah, you've reminded me.
All right. Also, spear is best weapon anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true. Spear is the best weapon, especially in Dark Souls. I always love spear in Dark Souls.
All right. Let's see. Is there anything else? The head is cool, of course. Anubis head
is really cool. Yeah, my favorite head style. Who do you think would win in a fight, Anubis or your one?
Sheen Getter?
Sheen Getter, yeah.
Probably Sheen Getter because it's kind of nutty how powerful that thing is. Also in their universe, the Getter robots absorb something that's floating around in the galaxy, throughout the galaxy, called Getter rays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's constantly building them up. So technically, Sheen Getter has no limit to how powerful it can get, given enough time.
Oh, so it has a limitless power.
It's believed that it eventually evolves into Getter Emperor, which is a planet-sized battleship that can turn into a robot.
Ooh, that's cool, actually. Yeah,
And
that sounds more versatile and more powerful.
And that thing does not require a pilot because it absorbed the consciousness of its previous pilots.
Oh,
And it is
okay.
neither a force of good or evil. It's a force of nature at that point.
It
And
just
it
destroys.
roams the galaxy with a whole bunch of other smaller getter ships.
It destroys all in its instincts. Actually, one thing, not with this mech, but with the sister mech to this called Jehuti. One of the main plot points of The End of the Enders 2 is that your main character gets shot in the heart and nearly dies by the antagonist. And so what happens is that they actually put him into the other mech, and essentially what they do is they kind of have Jehuti's systems like link up to the guy. So basically, like the power system of Jehuti keeps the other guy alive. So like the power isn't just going through the mech, but it's going through him as well. So without the power of Jehuti as well, his heart and lungs will collapse. Okay, so let's move on to your next mech.
All right. Next up, I have the Black Serena.
I love that. I just love the look of the feet on this mech. It reminds me of like elephant legs, kind of like elephant legs and feet.
The interesting thing about the Black Serena, which is from Martian successor Nadesco, the movie, what you're seeing is actually an exoskeleton for another mech inside of it.
Ooh, like a Russian doll mech.
You can
the blue one's still inside.
Kind of. Actually, you can't really see the smaller one from these angles. But the smaller one isn't anything remarkable. It's basically just a slightly souped up mass production machine in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But the exosuit is what makes it crazy. It can absorb quite a bit of firepower. It has something kind of like an eye field from Gundam, where, shots kind of just bounce off like a force field.
Yep.
I believe those are stored in its immense shoulders.
Yeah, this is a pretty I really like thick shoulders in mech designs. So
yes.
They've got little capes as well.
And then obviously it's got those guns. Those are actually being held by the suit inside, I believe.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's holding them. It looks like they're kind of nestled in there pretty good.
Yeah, that's because the
other
mech is stuck in there. And then it can transform
kind of like they're on some
into this alternate version. And it is extremely fast. I know you like the legs, but you never really see it just stand. It's always like hovering. So I think the legs are mainly there just so it can rest,
so it can rest. Rest its tired.
Yes.
Rest its tired. Thrusters.
Basically, you can't just have this mech floating around all the time.
No, it's expensive. Fuel's expensive these days. Gas is expensive, yeah.
I don't think it. I think it has like an anti-gravity. It has like an anti-gravity kind of device in it.
Is there like Is there like a proper science behind how it operates, or is it like the kind of thing where it's like science fiction? It's got this anti-grav thing that makes it fly. Don't worry about it.
They do have anti-gravity. Like, they don't go into the hard science of any of it. It has its own. I believe it has its own generator. The mechs in that universe are battery powered, and their ships actually put out energy fields around them to power their mechs. The batteries are only there for when they go beyond their range.
I see. And is this a mass-produced mech, or is it like a
this one is not? This is a one of a kind.
One of the kinds, yeah.
It was made for the main character. He went kind of crazy after being experimented on in a in-between game between the main series and the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he found the resources to have this made for him so he can exact revenge.
Ooh, exact revenge. I like that. Make a mech just for me, just to exact revenge.
Yeah.
Revenge for what, though? Revenge for the experiments on him?
That, and they took his wife, and she didn't die, but they did experiments on her too, and they put her into like a weird stasis kind of thing. He was also trying to get her back.
Ah, like Mr. Freeze.
Kinda, except worse, I guess. I don't know.
Worse, yeah. Cool off. I guess like I'm getting when I'm looking at the smaller version of the mech, and I'm looking kind of at the shape of it. I'm not quite sure. I'm getting like the instinct. I'm kind of getting like the impression of a creature, but I'm not quite sure which one. I'm getting a little bit of jellyfish from it, funnily enough.
You mean the transformed version? I'm also
getting a little bit of dragon, maybe. Yeah, the transforming version.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a dragon.
Yeah, that's the thing. I saw the head and I think dragon, but then also kind of the shape of it, like that long tail at the bottom, also makes you kind of think jellyfish a little bit. There's something weird about the center mass in the mech.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know why it even transforms. It doesn't need it. Other than it's cool.
Yeah, I prefer the other version. I like the other version more. I like the elephant legs. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the humanoid version too.
The mech inside is pretty tame and can't fly without a special wing pack, but the black exo-derobium thing is completely nuts.
Also, if I recall correctly, it's been a while since I've seen or watched the movie, but I think it does use its tail for attacking.
Yeah, I can kind of make out something at the end of the tail. It kind of looks like a little trident almost. I don't know if it's like fires an energy weapon or if it's like a melee tool.
It's been too long since I've watched. I don't remember.
Which version do you prefer? Do you prefer the transformed version, did you say?
I like the humanoid one.
I like the humanoid one more as well.
I include the transformed one just for completeness.
Yeah, oh, you know what? The humanoid one actually reminds me of like, or maybe it's the other way around, I guess. But it makes me think of one of the weapons from Final Fantasy VII. Like Emerald weapon, I'm thinking of maybe.
Huh.
You ever play Final Fantasy VII?
I did, but it's been so long.
Yeah.
I played that back in the 90s. That was about it.
So you haven't played it since it like recently came out, kind of.
Yeah, I don't remember too much. Just certain elements.
Growing up is realizing Tifa is best girl.
What was that?
Growing up is realizing that Tifa from Final Fantasy VII is best girl.
I don't know. I thought Aerith was cooler.
I thought Aerith was cooler in the 90s as a kid as well, but then growing up, I'm like, actually, no, Tifa's better.
Nah. I loved Tifa when I was younger, and then when I got older, I liked Aerith more.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we're the exact opposites in that regard then.
Yeah.
So, did you want to add anything onto this? Anything else you want to make about the design of the mech? Any statements?
Like I said, I don't believe the legs can really move. I don't think they even really bend.
They wouldn't be able to sustain. It looks really top heavy. It wouldn't be able to sustain itself.
I think the back wings would probably lower enough. It probably actually needs a mount when it's not being used, so it doesn't fall over.
Oh.
But
in Zone of the Enders 2, not the orbital frames, which are Anubis and Jehuti, but like the regular mechs in Zone of the Enders 2 have these kind of like back things, but they actually serve a purpose. They kind of act like braces, so that if the mech, so that you could give like the grunt mechs like bigger weapons, and then what happens is those little back things will actually like embed themselves into the ground and brace the mech, so you could fire artillery or heavy machine guns from it.
That's cool.
And what kind of weapons has it got in its center towards it there? Are those like plasma weapons, beam weapons, machine guns?
Those are beam weapons, but they're like crazy high output. I don't recall them doing like the big whole Gundam Wing Kamehameha wave that engulfs everything. They're like more precise, but they're like armor penetration is crazy, and it bypasses a lot of the shielding that the other mechs use, and even some ships, because the ships have they do have a shield that helps disperse damage, but those guns go right through it.
Are they rapid firing guns, or are they like, if thinking about it in mech warrior terms, are they like medium? Are they kind of like large lasers, or are they like pulse lasers? Like, how does it work?
I would say they fire like small lasers in their firing rate.
Yeah, fast firing rate, like small lasers.
They have a decent firing rate, but they're not like a machine gun. But he does shoot them quite rapidly at times.
Yep.
And he'll alternate fire too.
Did he make little cool pewing noises? Did he go pew 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 pew?
I don't remember now. I need to watch Prince of Darkness again. That's what this is from. Martian successor to Disco, Prince of Darkness.
How do you find all these mech animes? Do you like literally just Wikipedia mech animes, or is it like you just happen to find it on TV one day?
Usually just bump into them on like image boards. I'll see a machine and be like, I want to know more about this.
Would you like to know more?
Also, on YouTube, I'll just like the things recommended to me is basically just a whole bunch of mecha anime music.
Yep.
And sometimes YouTube will throw something new at me, and it's like, oh, hello there.
Hello there. Ooh, look at this little mecha. Another fine addition to my collection.
As for Nadesco, I discovered that back in the 90s. I don't remember how.
Yeah, I guess I kind of done that as well. Sometimes I've been randomly suggested in my YouTube algorithm, or the best, I don't know, anime openings from the 80s and 90s, and I'll just like look through it, and then after looking at some of the openings, I'll be like, oh, this anime looks really fun. I'm gonna go watch this one.
Yeah, I could have sent so many more machines, but I had to limit it.
Yeah, we could be here for several hours talking about mechs and shit.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Okie dokie. One second, I'm just struggling now to move on to my next slide. There we go. For you, is my next one should be the Spartan main battle robot? Is that what you got?
No, Zagok.
Oh, I got the Zagok. Okay, yeah. For some reason, I put my images in OBS in the correct order, but they're not showing up in my slideshow in the right order.
I don't even see something called Spartan.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, no, I spoiled it. Not that one. We're not looking at that one yet. There we go. We got the Zagok. Zagok. I love this mech.
It is.
I really like.
Fantastic.
It looks fantastic, right? It's kind of. I guess it's kind of trying to take the visage of like an old diver, like the old diving thing from the 40s or something, right?
It is an amphibious mobile suit.
I love amphibious mobile suits as well. I wish there was like an anime. I don't know, maybe there is actually. Maybe you'll tell me about one. But are there any mech animes that basically just take place underwater, like combat mechs that are all underwater all the time?
None come to the top of my head. I can't think of any.
But what I really like about the Zagok and like all these Universal Century kind of Xeon mechs in general is I find their like black kind of camera area with that one red eye kind of zipping around, you know, in that thing. Just something about that's just really aesthetic. I love it.
It's
really like kind of like the visors that they have.
Yeah, it also has a good intimidation factor.
It is really
for some reason. Just the one glowing pink or red eye.
Yeah, the pinky red eye,
It's
eye.
Kind of like
I see you.
An evil eye kind of concept.
Yeah, kind of like that's a thing in Japanese folklore as well, isn't it? The evil eye as well. Maybe that's kind of something that factors.
Well, it's also European. The evil eye is.
Oh, is it?
It's a universal thing, pretty much.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've only heard about it in Japanese lore. It's like a common enemy in Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, I bumped into it a few times while running Pendragon.
I was about to say, like, you bumped into it in real life. You're like, oh
No.
yeah, just walking down the street.
Well, I have seen pictures of the so-called evil eye.
No, that was pictures of Pascal Saucer.
But the evil eye is kind of like, it's just someone's like messed up eye that's kind of bulging forward. Are you talking?
Yeah, so I was just speaking to Krivus, so talking about the evil eye thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this machine though. I feel that it's kind of like the A10. It's so ugly that it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. It's like got a rugged beauty, ugliness to it, kind of thing.
Yes. It's not.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, it's kind of like I reckon the kind of person who gets chosen to pilot this thing, right? They're not the best pilot. It's kind of like a shit duty that you don't really want, but you're just grateful to be a pilot, kind of thing.
Which is strange. Zagak is actually a very high performing mobile suit.
It is, yeah. The arms extend, and it's got those claws that can do serious damage to another mobile suit's armor. So it's actually a really, really effective weapon. And the hands, I believe, the claws are actually, they've got like a kind of beam weapon inserted inside the palms, right? Yeah.
Which is unusual for a Xeon mobile suit. At least at that point in the war. So them committing a beam weapon to a mass production suit is pretty remarkable. And a high power.
The whole reason, one of the big reasons they wanted to get the Gundam, right, was because it's like, oh shit, this is like the first big mobile suit kind of thing with a beam weapon that can do serious damage.
Yeah, Zagak could totally take the Gundam if it wasn't for Amuro.
If it wasn't for plot armor, yeah, I think Zagok could fuck up a Gundam pretty good. Yep. I think Char had his own Zagok, didn't he?
He did, but Amuro is a more powerful new type than Char.
Amuro, I'm about to do something very wicked.
Also mentioned that the head has torpedo tubes on the top.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Because beam weapons are not going to help you very much underwater.
No, they certainly aren't. It's cool though. It's still got like the vents on the front of it to help deal with heat dissipation, I imagine.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have a giant heat sink around it once it's out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's also capable of boosted jumps.
Yeah. Did you ever play the PlayStation 2 game Mobile Suit Xeon vs. Federation?
I have not, but I did play Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam.
Oh, okay. I think you'd really like Mobile Suit Xeon versus Federation. It's all UC, kind of like dueling kind of thing. Kind of follows the story of Gundam, but you can choose loads of different mechs. I think you can play like the Zagok and stuff like the Goof in multiplayer battles as well. Great game for the PS2. I miss it.
A lot of the
color scheme for the Zagok as well.
What was that?
I like the color scheme for the Zagok as well.
Oh, this is not its
like
standard color scheme though.
Yeah, I know. I like this.
Blue.
This is the Jaburo color scheme.
I think it looks good pretty much in any color though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what it looks like in the blue now. This is like the iconic color that I remember it as, because I think it used this color in the Battle of Jaburo, I think, if I remember right. Could be remembering wrong. It's kind of like a kind of like seaweed, kind of deep sea plant life kind of green colors, which I think complement quite nicely.
Yeah.
A darker green at the base of the mech and on the kind of gauntlets, but then the main chassis, like the center torso, is a more tan. It's more of a tan green.
Daniel
it's got these iconic.
These Zagak beam weapons because of water cooling, and it has missile launchers. The Zagak E replaces it with torpedoes, but the standard model can't use the missiles underwater. Also, the green version is from Unicorn. Yeah.
It's funny how your memory works. I could have swore this is a color scheme it used in the Battle of Jaburo, but it must be from Unicorn then, as he says.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's Pascal Saucer.
What?
I said, oh look, it's Pascal Saucer. I just saw Pascal Saucer in your chat. Hi, Pascal Saucer.
Hi, Pascal Saucer.
One thing again is you got the iconic as well, like Gundam series mobile suit feet, like the UC feet shoes that every mech basically has. Well, every Xeon mech has. There's like iconic big flat feet kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Technically, those feet would hamper its mobility.
Yeah, it would. It'd probably be better suited to have some kind of.
It would be making stomping motions as opposed to walking.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of almost want to get rid of like the lower half of the torso of this thing and just put like boosters directly or some kind of propulsion device kind of at the base of the torso.
I do want to bring up the Gyaradoga and the Charged Counterattack Xeon suits in particular. They have the big flat feet, but they have visible joints in them, so you can see where it could bend, which fixes their mobility problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. Needs some mobility to get around.
I think the Hyzak has segmented feet too. I think it has a visible seam where you can see it bend.
Yeah, I don't think you see too many mechs these days with like hyper, multi-jointed feet and high mobility feet kind of thing. But it makes sense. You'd need that for a mech to work properly.
Yeah, you mainly just need it to bend to one part to get it to move the way you want it to.
I guess so, but by having more kind of joints, I guess, and a bit more flex in the feet allows you to kind of finesse the feet of the mech over uneven terrain kind of thing.
But with Xeon, that defeats their rugged design.
That's true.
Because if you have more joints in the feet, the more likely they're going to fail. Instead, they opt for nothing or one beefy, powerful joint.
Power cut. Budget cuts. Yep. Reminds me of a clan elemental from Battletech. Yeah, it does actually look a little bit like an elemental, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does have an elemental feel, especially the claws, because elementals also have the 3 claw. Or are they 4 claw? No, they're 3 claw.
This would have come out. This would have come out before Battletech. Is Gundam older than Battletech, or is Battletech older than Gundam?
Gundam is older than Battletech. I mean, Battletech started with Macross designs. They licensed them. It was called Battle Droids, and then Lucasfilm was like, no. And they're like, it's Battletech now.
No, it's Battletech now. Hell yeah.
But they licensed out the Macross designs for their first mechs.
Yeah, they got
Macross was not in the US at that point.
Oh yeah. Actually, I vaguely remember you telling me this story before. I think, yeah. But I like Macross. It's been a while since I've seen one of the Macross anime. I should make a comeback.
Macross is pretty good.
Is there anything you wanted to add to the Zagok?
The upper and lower torsos are kind of opposed to each other. The top part is much more angular than the bottom, which is more rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of also gives off that it enhances its ugliness because they don't have the same kind of aesthetic, but it also makes it kind of look more brutal.
So I really like your comment, enhances its ugliness.
Like I said, it's so ugly, it's cool.
Yeah, okay. I just think it's cool. I don't think it's ugly cool. I think it's rugged and cool. It's a great design. I like it.
It is a great design. I love the Zagak. Now
actually,
what?
It reminds me of the Urban Mech a little bit as well. I can see a little bit of Urban Mech in there.
Yeah, it has a dome head.
Yeah.
It's a lot cooler looking than an Urban Mech, though.
Yeah, it is. I hate the Urban Mech, but I like this.
Yeah. Oh, are you familiar with the Hygog?
I am familiar with the Hygog. Yeah.
That's like the evolved version of the Zagak. I love the Hygog.
It is, yeah. Well, that's why it's the Hygog.
That one is not ugly. It is consistent from top to bottom, and it's really sleek and very dangerous looking.
Yeah, when did the Hygog make its debut?
I think that was 0080.
Yeah. See, a little time after this one, so it's kind of like over time, they kind of understood. I guess the designers, I guess, got better with their mech designs. I think over time. Right, like, what's your favorite eye color for a Gundam? I'm quite partial to the green, but some people like the light blue better.
I like green, but otherwise I like yellow. Yellow's my second favorite.
The classic yellow from the original one. Has there been a Gundam with yellow eyes since the original Gundam?
I believe so. I don't think. Let's see. What color were the Strike Gundam's eyes?
Oh god, actually thinking about it, it might have. Oh my god, my memory's failing me. I thought it was blue, green. Actually, I'm gonna have to Google this a second.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. They're yellow.
Oh, they are yellow.
That's because it's supposed to be the equivalent of the original Gundam.
Yeah, I was about to say, Seed is like a callback since they bring back the Zaku's and shit. I guess that would make sense.
Well,
yeah.
It's a sloppy retelling of the original.
Yeah, it's even more homoerotic than Amuro and Char, yeah. I tell you what, though, every time I start watching the original Gundam anime again, the opening in the episode 1 where Amuro slaps Frabo is always just fucking hysterical to me. It's always so weirdly drawn and animated. It always makes me laugh hysterically. Also, I probably just like yeah, it sounds bad, right? I don't like watching women get beat. I just think it's a funny scene.
I enjoy the Noah Bright slaps.
The famous Bright slap.
Yeah.
I've drafted these. I've drafted these underage child soldiers against their will, and I'm gonna fucking beat them if they don't do as they're told.
It's also why Judal Ashita might be the most powerful new type.
Oh, why is that?
He dodged the Bright slap.
Oh,
he's the only one that has ever dodged it.
Super reflexes, yeah.
Well, to be honest, he was also a genuine fighter. He knew how to actually fight.
Yep.
Like Camille and Amuro, they came from posh lives.
Yeah.
Well,
honestly, she had it covered.
It's really interesting watching older anime where they'll have the one of the female characters start freaking out, and then the guy just has to keep slapping her across the face, and it's like, all right, the first time, sure, but why is it 5 times?
Yeah, why is it 5 times? I mean, the first time was for correction. The other 4 times were for pleasure, right?
It's kind of, I don't know. It's just shocking how prevalent that was. I think they thought that was actually funny.
Yeah,
Usually when they
I
animate
think
it,
it's
it's
funny.
kind of funny looking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like Bright's like 19, isn't he? At the beginning of Gundam, he's 19 years old.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, and he looks 30, and he sounds it as well.
Harsher life, I guess.
Harsher life, yeah. Can the kids just shut up and drive the robots already?
Yes.
I know, right? If I was a 6-year-old, I would love to get in the robot personally and start shooting shit. So the BattleTech mechs have segmented feet on many mechs. Try standing on uneven terrain in Mech Warrior 5. Your feet automatically adapt. I guess it depends on the mech, right? In BattleTech, like some of them have those kind of I don't know how to describe them. They're not really feet as so much as they've got those little four flappy things, right? That kind of spread out.
Well, those do move.
Hmm.
Also depends on which era of BattleTech you're looking at. Because if you look at the older versions of the designs, like the Stalker, it's literally just hooves.
Hooves, yeah. But like those old classic BattleTech designs as well, where they've got like the little noodle arms. It's like peak like 70s, 80s science fiction.
At some point, we need to do just a BattleTech mech review too.
Yeah, we do actually. Some of the mechs I've given you are like inspired. Probably did inspire or were inspired by BattleTech. Okay, did you want to move on to the next one?
Yep.
Okay.
Next up. Oh, right. I forgot I had this in the list. The Sakishi.
The Sakishi.
It's from Tenchi Muyo, War on Geminar.
It's a furry mech. It's a dragon mech, I think, right?
It's dragon-esque. Like, its tail is connected to its head. Kind of like a wild ponytail.
Ah, okay.
In that anime, they use something called a sacred mechanoid, which is basically just a frame. And it's up to the pilots themselves who will jump into the cockpit, which is that bulbous thing in its chest. Also, these machines aren't very large.
No, actually, is that Tenchu down there at the bottom?
No, that's Kenshi.
Oh, Kenshi.
I think it's his cousin. But Washu basically yeets him into another reality for some reason. Basically to do something cool, which is to pilot a giant robot and save the day.
Yeah, I watched Tenchi when I was a kid, right? I remember that being on even, I think, pre-Toonami even, like back in the mid-90s. I think I watched Tenchi Muyo and Tenchi Muyo Ryo-Aki, or whatever it's called. Ryo-Aki, that's it. Where does this come in that timeline?
So ignore all the Tenchi Muyos except Ryo-Aki, because... Alright, so there's some other ones that are also in the main timeline. Ryo-Aki is the primary timeline for Tenchi Muyo. You also have like Jeep GXP and a few other ones. But this happens sometime after Ryo-Aki.
Oh, okay.
But it has no impact on the main timeline because it's another reality. Or dimension.
Reality. Okay. Yeah.
Although there are callbacks to the characters from Tenchi Muyo just by name. And I think
when they do that,
I think you might get a brief silhouette of Washu. I can't remember.
I hate when they do that, right? When it's like, when you've got one thing, just make direct sequels. I want to know what happens to my characters. Stop making these alternate universe things. It's annoying.
Yeah, they did not need the Tenchi Muyo connection at all. Although, it was really cool when it came more into play in the final fight. Do you want a spoiler or no?
Is it a spoiler for this one, this anime?
This anime, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah.
So, are you familiar with the Lighthawk's wings in Denji Muyo?
God, it has been about 30, well, not 30, like 25 years since I watched Tenchi, so I can't remember much.
Well,
what do I remember?
Just of it is,
I remember the fan service, and I remember like the sword thing that controlled the thing.
the Lighthawk wings were those kind of fan-like things that would appear around Tenchi in one of the fights.
Oh yes,
and
I
you
know
could
what you
deflect
mean.
shots with it and cut things with them.
Mhm.
Well, in this anime, they bring all these resources together to fight these sacred mecha lord, which is more powerful than the mechanoids. And
yeah.
they just go through so much effort to bring together all this power and stuff, and it fails to actually win. It does a stalemate. And then Kenshi, like, then accidentally taps into the Lighthawk wings and just cuts through the stupid thing like it was nothing. And everyone's like, what was that?
Cheats, hacks. He's using
Pretty
hacks.
much. Like, even the bad guy, like, his allies, the bad guy, everyone's just like, what is that? Because they never seen something like that before, because
he's never seen that before.
It's something from a totally different reality, you know?
That makes sense. I mean, that would, if someone conjured something from a completely different reality, I would be a little bit shocked. Yes.
Yeah. But that was a really cool scene. I really liked that.
When did this come out?
I think early 2000s. It's a mix of, I think, CG animation for the mechs and properly animated. It blends them fairly well.
Yeah, because I was just looking at the final image, the one where it looks like it's winding up its like sword to thwack something, and I can see, like, in terms of the quality of the drawing, it looks very rough, but at the same time, there's like an awful lot of, like, I guess, character and thought put into that motion. It's kind of, I can see like the definition of kind of like the mech almost has like muscles, right? Like bulging muscles,
yep,
like a person, and it's like moving its whole body, like pivoting its hips and moving its arms in a way to stabilize itself. It looks really human in the way it moves.
Kenshi's machine is considered a bit of a freak in that universe. It moves more organically than the other mechanoids can pull off.
Yeah,
it's much more mobile.
Yeah,
and everyone acknowledges that it's a really weird machine.
Yeah,
but it also it burns out the frame very rapidly. He actually destroys frames.
Oh wow,
it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's a bit of a design flaw there. If it's destroying flames, I mean,
well,
how much does that cost to get a new one?
It's because he's from Tenchi land. Everything's over the top there. So when he goes into their world, it's like, I'm over the top.
Well, it's a great big tits you can bury your face in. That's proper Tenchi anime, that is.
Oh, another fun thing about this show, they make reference multiple times that they've had visitors from other worlds here. Like, it's a world that's used to isekai characters.
Yeah, I was about to say, just everyone isekais every 5 minutes here. It's like, hello, stranger.
They frequently make the joke that those who are isekai here always had too much fun and influence on their culture. Like introducing public baths and the school uniforms and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, and Kenshi's like, those guys had way too much fun.
Yeah, I like that. That's fun, actually. Yeah,
but they do make fun of the isekai concept a little bit.
Way ahead of its time as well, if it's in the early 2000s. Yeah,
I mean, there are other isekais before even this show, but they're just making fun of the ideas. Like, of course, the overpowered weirdo is gonna do stupid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first isekai I ever saw was Escaflowne. So yeah, it's been around for quite a while, this genre.
Yeah.
I remember Hack being a big thing as well in like the early 2000s. I never did watch Hack. I don't think I liked it.
I do have a pseudo isekai mech later.
Oh, okay.
Lineup, so
I do have an Isekai mech up in the lineup myself. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Going through a little bit of what this machine's capable of. It does have the ability of flight to an extent.
Mhm.
It's not like crazy amazing flight, if I recall. But it can definitely hover and it can zip around quick, but it's not like watching some other anime.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it looks really cool though. I really like the close up again where it's winding up the sword.
Yeah.
You can see the boosters on the back.
Another ability that the mechanoids can do is they can condense matter. So they can pick up a rock and condense it down basically into a bullet.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then they can project that bullet by releasing some of the matter, because then it expands out rapidly, and that's how their guns work.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, you could do all sorts of little weird tactical things with that ability.
Yeah. You know that giant sword that this machine's holding?
Mm-hmm.
He condensed a mountain to form that sword.
Of course he did.
The sword is
awesome.
hyper dense and crazy heavy. Like,
I can imagine, yeah.
At one point, the ship that they were carrying it on was losing power, and they were freaking out because the sword was about to tip off of its kind of anti-gravity mount, and if it did, it would have, just went right through the ship.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
And in the final battle, Kenshi basically breaks the sword on purpose to release all that condensed energy. And that's when he hit that stalemate with the Mecha Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did the Lighthawk wings and finished it off. But I would highly recommend this show. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, you know what? I'm interested in checking out watching this mech in action, so I might actually give it a go.
Just keep in mind, about 70% of the show is filler.
Only 70%, eh?
It is maybe 80%. It's Tenchi Muyo, and I wanted to have fun. There's a long stretch with no mecha action whatsoever. It's just shenanigans at school.
Oh my god.
It's still fun, but at some point you do come to like, I want to see something blow up already.
Yeah,
but when they start blowing things up, they blow things up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's when the action really starts, it's almost comical. It's like, I don't know. You'd have to watch it. I was laughing. It's supposed to be a serious moment, but it was just like, no, this is hilarious.
That definitely sounds fun, and I mean, just from this one frame alone, it looks awesome. So yeah, I might give it a go.
Cool. Oh, also, its tail thing on its head is a weapon.
Yeah, again, it's weird that its tail comes from its head, but how is it a weapon? Is it like a whip? Like, how does it work?
It whips around. It is extremely strong, so it can actually cut through, or cutting is too strong a word. It bashes through limbs.
Mm-hmm.
It can also, he uses it to wrap around other machines and whip them around.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
And then obviously that big blade coming from its forehead he does use that every now and then.
Yeah, it looks a bit flaccid at the moment, actually, the blade. It needs a bit of excitement to get that thing up.
And obviously...
the only thing I don't like about the mech is is the torso section, that green like kind of ball in the center. That's the only... I don't like that.
That's my least favorite part too. And that's how all their machines do that. Because otherwise, it's literally a skeletal frame with that orb in the center. And then they go into like a weird cocoon, semi-transparent cocoon when they're not in use. And they don't look like this. The appearance of the machines is based entirely on the pilot.
Oh, I see, okay.
Because Kenshi will jump into other people's mechanoid frames, and it takes this form, not theirs.
Yeah.
And then he usually burns out the frame.
Well, yeah, of course. How many frames does he burn through over the course of the anime?
I think 3 or 4. Eventually they give him a high-end one that's like a best of its kind, and that thing can barely handle what he's putting it through.
Mm-hmm.
He's overpowered, but that's fine.
He's overpowered, but he's not untouchable, kind of like the Strike Freedom was throughout much of Seed.
But I would push his machine into Super Robot realm, while the other ones are not. That's like the power difference.
I see. Yep.
Like, he does crazy stuff while everyone else is more grounded. It doesn't help that he's usually better skilled than most of the pilots he comes up against, too. Because Tenchi Muyo combat training is crazy.
Yeah, how old is he? Is he a teenager or an adult?
I think he's 14.
14, of course he is.
Yeah.
Classic case of the 14-year-old beating like the 200-year-old.
Most of the time he's fighting other students.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Even when the war really kicks off, he's fighting a lot of students. Or mercenaries, but those are mercenaries.
Does he kill the students? Does he kill anyone?
He does. I think he only kills the final bad guy.
I know that's part of the course for anime like that, but I always think it'd be fun to like see him killing students. So it's like, yeah, he has to go to class like the next day, and he's like killed someone in the class.
None of the students die from what I recall. At least not on screen. But alright,
fuck them kids.
We can move on to one of yours now.
Okay.
Unless there's something you wanted to add.
No, that's it for me. Actually, I've said everything I wanted to say about that one.
All right.
What's the next one on the list for me?
Let's see. There's a no.
There's a no. Yeah, there's a no. Okay.
I'll be honest, I am pretty unfamiliar with this one.
You know what? I'm unfamiliar with this one myself. I just thought I thought it just fucking looked cool. I mean, look at this thing.
Okay. I kind of hate it.
Do you hate? I think this is really ugly, yet really interesting, right? Because it's like it reminds me a little bit of a hunter from Resident Evil, and it also makes me think of kind of like a frog or some kind of troglodyte or swamp creature, because you've got that giant like crest on its head. And you've got the big ass claws, the hunched over position, and the really bizarre kind of like frog feet kind of thing going on. So I thought this mech is hideous, but super interesting. There's so much going on, but I don't know anything about it either.
I imagine it's an amphibious mobile suit, because that thing cannot operate well on land.
No, you can tell from like the posture. There's a clear aquatic theme to this thing. Does anyone in the chat like know much about this one? I just picked it because it looked cool.
I don't really like it.
No, why not? What did you like about it?
It doesn't look like it can move at all, really. The joints on its arms are pointed inward, and looking at its shoulders, it cannot rotate them at all. So it can literally only slap itself in the chest.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, look at
that. Its legs, the feet are too large for it to properly be able to walk. And the knees... You know the Dreadnought from Warhammer? Mm-hmm. And its stumpy little legs? Like, that has more mobility than this thing does. Because this thing's colossal... feet are in its way, actually. I don't know why they're so segmented.
This definitely has to be like a mech that spends all its time underwater, really, but can kind of like hunch itself and like waddle on land, maybe.
Also, I'm sensing a theme with you and these crotch guards. We got another
Yeah.
long pointy one here.
Yeah, pointy. I like pointy hands, like little grabbers. I like them. Almost looks like if you look at the claws of it, it almost looks like they could clip off, because I like the contrast in the color between the like the hand of the mech and the color of the claws itself. And when you take a look at where the claws are coming from, you can see there's like a big gap inside them. So I do wonder if they could like detach and you could put other things on it.
Maybe. I doubt it actually happens in the show it comes from, though.
Probably doesn't happen in the show, though. But there's a
this thing
potential
probably
there.
shows up for 1 or 2 episodes and then never shows up again, like most aquatic suits.
Yeah. And I don't know, when I look at the arms, right, I see it's really weird because it's multi-jointed arms, but I wonder if that's like an indication that these arms can actually extend and do other things.
Most likely.
I think. What do you think about like shoulder shields as well? That's one thing I really liked in the original Gundam, is how the Zaku 2s had those shoulder shields to help protect itself from gunfire. So I guess it kind of does the same thing, like extra spaced armor kind of thing.
Yeah, but these are poorly placed.
Yeah, these are poorly placed because it's got such a big, thick, wide center torso that they're not really going to protect much.
Those shields will also get in the way of the movement of the arms. Because of how they're mounted. They're actually mounted too far low. They're too low on the shoulders. They need to be put up higher.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's right. It's almost like it would need to cover it kind of have to join where that little tube kind of thing, it was kind of snaking down.
Yeah. Daniel says that the Zeno can walk on land, but it's slow, and the anime shows it stepping on a landmine.
Why did it stand on a landmine?
It didn't see the landmine, obviously. Obviously, it got its just desserts for being so ugly.
Oh, I just noticed as well. Look, it's got a big cockpit.
That's a comment I was making earlier. I was not commenting on its hat.
Oh,
I was saying I'm sensing a theme with you in these mechs.
I thought you meant like the big hat.
No.
Yeah, I like mechs with big dicks.
There we go.
There we go. It reminds me of myself.
Or what you wish for.
No, not what I wish for. It reminds me of myself.
What do you think of the air intakes on its chest?
Yeah, these are way too big, and I can't see what on this mech requires all these vents in the first place, really.
It to me it reminds me of the fins on the axolotl.
Oh, I see where you can get that from. Yeah.
Like, I don't like it, but that's immediately what comes to my mind. Like, there's a lot of symbolism on this machine for the ocean. So I will give it that.
Yeah, I think this mech is like all style over substance, really, because like you take a look at the back as well. There's spikes on the back of it, like behind the front vent. So I'm kind of thinking that this mech was designed with the rule of cool in mind, where it's probably like zipping across the water, and like its front crest and its back spikes are kind of protruding, through like breaking the water, while the rest of it's under the water. So it's kind of like a shark kind of thing swimming around.
I imagine it would be like fighting part shark, part kraken.
Yeah, part shark, part kraken. Yeah.
Daniel says they're not air intakes; they're water intakes. It's used to power the underwater beam weaponry.
But it has beam weapons. I wonder where they shoot from. Its hands?
It does look like there's some mounts in the palm.
Yeah, it looks like I can see those little palm mounts. Maybe it comes from there. What's with the pattern around its collarbone kind of thing? You can see like there's little green circles and like the blue kind of go around it. I wonder what that's all about.
Maybe there's beam weapons in them and those are just covers.
Oh yeah. Why has it's got like a kind of oxygen mask itself, right? It's like, why does a mech need an oxygen mask?
I don't know. Ask Xeon. They keep doing it too.
It looks like its head's designed for ship sinking. Okay.
It looks cool. The action mask.
It looks cool.
Daniel says
that's dinosaurs.
The beam weapons are in its
crest.
palm.
In the palm, yeah. But there's like dinosaurs that had head crests like that, and there's like a I don't know what you call it, not aerodynamic as such, but there is like a reason why some life forms evolved to have a crest on their head like that. I wonder if it's like for stability, for like underwater swimming or something. But you could also maybe use that hat to like you could use a crest maybe to like destroy.
I assume this is from Gundam Seed, and this is a Zaft mobile suit. They always have those crests.
Oh, do they?
Generally. I mean, not all of them. It's usually, like, officers that have the crest, but yeah.
Oh, I have to remind myself. It's been a while since I've watched Seed. Let's have a look.
Oh, those, that pattern on its collar are missile silos.
Oh, missile silos. Okay. They're MRMs.
I do want to point out that if you remove the head and you rotate the torso a little bit, you basically have the Zagak's head.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think those the missile silos being placed there is a callback.
Oh, to the torpedoes, yeah. And then it's got two little random spikes that probably aren't much good. Like
that's styling.
All those torpedo heads.
That's to complete the Xeon
heads.
look.
Yeah, Xeon look. Oh yeah, right, yeah, because Xeon's Zaku's have like the little spiky shoulders, as Zeus do as well. Yeah. But yeah, I just picked this because I thought it looked cool. Is there anything else you want to pick up on?
It's ugly. I don't really like it.
It's cool. It's really cool. Great mech.
It's got some interesting concepts. I just don't like it overall.
Fair enough. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
All right. Ah. Yes. We have Galgaigar.
Galgaigar, lion, weird Megazord looking thing.
I actually just finished this anime yesterday.
It's me, guys. Look, it's me. What did you think of it?
I like... it's broken up into 3 segments, kind of, or 3 major enemies. I think the first enemies that they fought were the most compelling, the most interesting. The other ones, I think, were kind of boring, and I didn't like the direction they went in.
Tell me about the fucking knee drills on this thing. What's that all about?
Alright, so this thing's formed from let's see, 1, 2, 4 different machines. You have the central one, the lion, which is...
That's me.
It's called Galleon.
That's me.
Has a lion form, but it can fuse with its pilot, and then it'll take a humanoid one, which is called Gaigar. And then you have the you have a subway train, a craft that looks suspiciously like a B-2, and a tank with these big drills that can drill in the ground.
I was gonna say that looked like subway train, like bullet train, like Japanese bullet trains coming out of his shoulders.
There's actual scenes from the in the show with him using it to chase down other trains, or to navigate to somewhere further away.
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't make that B-52 connection until you said it. You know, yeah, I get it.
B-2.
B-2, sorry, yeah.
That's called Stealth Gal.
Stealth Gal.
Yeah.
When you want to roar and quietly. Gal quietly.
Yeah. This is a genuine super robot as well. Can pull off pretty nutty feats of strength. It can do the classic shoot its arm off.
Oh wow, okay.
When it does that, it spins its forearm around, and the vents start shooting like energy out, and then it launches it. The other arm, like he can't shoot both of them, only one of them. The right arm is when he shoots.
Like, oh, okay. I was about to ask, like one at a time, or is that like only one arm comes off? So the right arm comes off.
The left arm has a defense shield in it that he points forward, and then there's these like, you can kind of see these like holes surrounding the wrist.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, they'll start flashing, and it puts up like a force field kind of thing.
Oh, I see. I was wondering if that might be the one that like shot off, because I thought this might be like thrusters
Nope.
or something. But no, it's a shield. So, so who pilots this one? Is it a kid or is it like an adult?
It's an adult.
This? Oh, okay, that makes a change.
When you at the beginning of the events, not the show, he's 19, but by the time the show comes around, he's like 20 or 21.
So he's still a young one, then not
he's still young.
Old man like us.
He's also a cyborg at that point, because he pretty much gets killed, and they have to rebuild him using the advanced technology that's presented to them by Galleon, the lion mech. Like, Galleon has intelligence to it, and it has a massive database for the humans to work from to develop technology to create Gao Gaigar.
This must have sold a lot of toys back in the day. There must have been a lot of toys in this one. This looks like it was made for kids to like, you know.
That's what the Brave series is for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the Brave robots are... It's a show for kids. Or rather, preteens is probably more accurate. And yeah. Buy all of our playsets and toys.
Very flamboyant, European and furry, they say, chat says.
But I really like Gao Gaigar. I think it looks cool.
I don't like it, you know. I don't like it.
Alright, why don't you like it?
It's too much. It just screams to me like this isn't... We didn't design this mech for like our IP or universe. We just made this mech purely to sell toys to kids.
Gotcha. I don't know. I still like that.
I think the train, get rid of the lion middle, get rid of the trains, and get rid of the knee spikes, and then put something else interesting in there, and then we'd be good. Yeah. I don't like the color scheme either. You know. Don't like it's. Yeah, I think it's. I guess I like the contrast of like the white between the soft parts like the shoulders and the thighs to break up the black and the reds. But I think it could do with. Yeah, I think it could do with a more multi-layered coloring scheme, like have maybe the leg armor multicolored and like have different shades of colors in the chest as well. I don't know. I think it's just really incoherent and looks stupid personally.
I don't know. Seeing it moving, I think, is better because like I'll admit these pictures aren't the best.
Mm-hmm.
They're just what's easily available. But when you're seeing it in the actual anime, it actually it's a very intimidating looking machine.
Yeah, everybody says in action, Gao Gaigar looks amazing.
Yeah.
Obari animated it perfectly. Okay.
The animation quality is also very good in that show.
When did it come out again? When did this come out?
I think 97.
Ah, 90s. I would have guessed earlier than that, you know. It doesn't look late 90s.
Then it finished, I think, in 99, 2000.
Good year.
They released the OVA. At which point they replaced Gao Gaigar with Gao Faigar.
Gao Faigar? What's the difference with Gao Faigar?
They don't have Galleon anymore because he left.
Oh no.
Instead they have a custom machine and they got rid of like the train and different stuff.
Oh good. I like Gao Faigar actually. Yeah.
Gao Faigar looks cool. I don't like it as much as Gao Gaigar. And then Galfygar gets destroyed quite badly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Genesic Gao-Gagar, which uses the original Gao machines. And it looks different from this. It also has hair, just blazing out the back.
I see.
And
Is this produced by Sunrise? It sounds like a Sunrise mech.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's like the head just screams Sunrise to me.
Yeah.
They really like their kind of, I guess it sounds like a samurai, isn't it? The Gundam head design is based off of like samurai designs. Yeah. Does the little green crystal in the head do anything?
Not directly, but it is something that's called a G stone, which it's basically a magical MacGuffin energy source.
Ah, yes. Every woman has a G stone.
I knew you were going to go in that direction as soon as I said it. That's why I just kept talking right away.
I'm too predictable.
They have another one called the J stone.
The J stone. Wow, what's the J stone do?
Same thing. It's like it's pink, while the G stone's green.
Of course. Oh my god. Okay. Of course, it's pink.
I would recommend watching the show. It's pretty good, actually. The first episode is a little slow, but it picks up midway through when you finally get to see what the show is really about. And yeah, the animation's fantastic. Gal Gagar looks amazing in the show. Like, these pictures do not do it justice.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'll have to go check out I'll go watch some clips of Gal Gagar, but just looking at this picture, I'm not impressed with the design, actually. I don't like it, but maybe I'll change my mind when I see it in motion.
Yeah. When I was looking at the pictures, I was initially going to try to find something else, but I couldn't find like a good quality picture that would really show it. It was more zoomed in shots, and it's like, well, I want to see I want to present the whole machine.
Yeah.
So I have these kind of mediocre reference shots.
No, taking a look at the back of it, I like the look of that. I like the B2 in the back. It's got a weird vent at the top of it, which kind of ruins it a little bit. But I don't know, the back design is actually pretty boring, other than the B2.
I mean, it is a jet.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, damn.
You can't just have random garbage hanging off of it.
No, but look at his legs, though. This guy didn't skip leg day, Gal Gaga.
Nope. He will use the drills to hit things. Obviously.
Yeah, it must be really awkward as well to get the point on something.
Nah, he usually just charges into and hits with the knee. Or he'll grab you, and then he'll knee you.
God, yeah, imagine that. God, just grab a guy by the head and just stick him on that drill. Fucking hell.
But like most Super Robot anime, the combat's usually kind of brutal. Lots of things being torn apart.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of... They like to present that kinetic force when you get hit by a giant robot.
Yeah.
Love Super Robots.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind super robots from time to time, but I'm one of those people where I do prefer like the more like realistic weighty mechs. I kind of like stuff like I like stuff like Heavy Gear and Battle Mech. I guess are my favorite kind of mechs normally. That kind of thing.
You like more Western style?
Yeah, I'm more partial to Western mechs than the Japanese mechs. I don't really like Megazords either.
I like some of the Megazords.
Gal Gagar's theme was bravery, so that stone converts that emotion into power, more or less. Yeah, I prefer the more realistic ones too, Phoenix Shaman. Real robots are better than super robots. Real robots don't rely on the power of friendship.
Real robots also can depend on friendship depending on which show you're watching.
Yeah, it's like if you want your robot to do more damage and shoot more, you just need to scream, right? And what's his face does it in 8th MS Team, where he talks about how he's going to marry Aina, and then that gets his mech going, and he beats the goof.
Yeah, you also have Camille and his posse of ladies he's met, plus cats, empowering the Zeta Gundam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, real robots also suffer from power friendship. But once again, it just depends on the show, too, because some of them are a lot grittier and more realistic, and yeah, then they don't rely on that at all.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, gross.
But I like Western, and, I like all of mecha.
Oh yeah, I don't care if it's Western or Japanese. I just like a good mech design wherever it's from. But I think I just tend to prefer the stuff Western has come up with. Coop with the power of elbow drop. I fucking love Mega Sex a lot. What a great cartoon that was. I'm gonna make a review video on that at some point. I think it deserves one. It's really good. I like it when like Coop smashes his head into like the big red button when he's doing a combo and like shoots a load of shit out.
They got everything right with that show.
Yeah, they did. They even had like a load of references to anime as well.
Yeah.
They had references to Power Rangers, and I don't know what they were doing, but they had references to like multiple times to Super Robot. And like you had the Sailor Scouts, like mech pilots as well.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Well, we can move on to your next one.
My next one, okay. Yeah, since I'm out of order, I'm going to have a look now to see.
Do you want me to tell you?
Which one? Yeah, please.
How come I have it in the correct order and you don't?
I have no idea. I put it in the correct order into my OBS, but now it's showing up at any random order.
Well, next is Heavy Arms.
Next is Heavy Arms. Okay, awesome. You probably guess why I like Heavy Arms.
You like orange.
Actually, I don't. I hate orange. I hate the color orange.
Yeah, I know why you love it. You love extreme ordnance.
Yeah, extreme ordnance. Yeah, look at that. I love ballistics, as you know. I love
tiny knife
weapons and tiny knife, ballistics, missiles, the whole shebang, baby. I mean, look, even his chest opens up to reveal more miniguns, right? So it's got all the miniguns. I love it. And I love the sound effect they have for Heavy Arms every time he fires as well. It's like, it's not quite like an A10, but it's like got a very airy.
After it.
So, hell yeah, there we go. I mean, why not, right? You've got this really heavy, powerful Gundam thing. Just stick a shitload of missile launchers and guns on it. But speaking of which, how does Heavy Arms remain like resupplied of ammunition?
We don't think about it.
We don't think about it.
Because there's no way Tro could resupply it.
Mm.
I mean, does the circus have like a bunch of weapons?
Yeah, I forgot Tro was in the circus. Yeah. Well, that's why he does all his acrobatics, so he can get from weapon platform to weapon platform to put more ammo in it, right? Did I just have the one picture of Heavy Arms, or did I have multiple? I forgot.
What was that?
There's only one picture of each, right?
You only have one picture,
yeah. Picture of each mech. Yeah. But I don't really have much to say about Heavy Arms, really. I mean, it's very much a mech that what you see is what you get. It's got a shitload of missiles and guns, and it shoots a lot of stuff at things until they're not there anymore.
Or at least tries.
At least tries to, yeah. Although I did like that scene in Wing where Hero pilots Heavy Arms, and it's like, apparently Heavy Arms really is Heavy Arms, so it's like he's got this injury, and trying to manipulate the arms of Heavy Arms is causing his wound to bleed because it's too heavy for him.
I like to think that it's less that he's straining, but he's overdoing it because it's not moving as fast as Wing would.
Oh,
so he's overcompensating with his muscles trying to get it to do it, but it's obviously not going to do it because it's Heavy Arms. It has different performance. It's meant to be stable, not fast. Also, it's
I
really
think
funny when he drops the main Gatling gun and there's a little beam saber sticking out of its elbow.
there's a little beam saber sticking out of it. Yeah, that's great. I like that.
That was really
I mean,
funny.
it makes sense as well. It makes sense as well, though, doesn't it? Because it's like, well, if you need to use that beam weapon, then you don't need the Gatling gun anymore.
Yeah. The knife is very poorly placed, though.
Yeah, it is. And,
Also, it
it's
should
got
be a
very
dagger.
flimsy joint. It should be a dagger. You're right. It doesn't really make any sense to begin with. It's like, why do you have like a knife that flips out? It should just be like a straight graft onto the arm, or maybe some kind of mechanism to help shoot it out for extra penetration power.
It'd be
To, like,
it'd be a
flip
little
out and then
super
smash.
robot, but I think it should actually come from its palm.
Oh, from the palm. Interesting. Why is that?
Well, it'd be very easy to stab with that kind of motion. And I think it'd be really cool for him to just grab something, and then this big old dagger just shoots out right through the enemy mech.
Absolutely. Actually, one thing I noticed actually looking at Heavy Arms is that I think it has the biggest like crest on its head out of any of the Gundams. I think. Look at the size of that thing.
Nope. Wing Gundams is larger. Same with Shenlong and Shenron.
Yeah, you know, I really don't like Wu Fei. I hated Wu Fei, hated this mech even more. So I never really paid much attention to that one.
I don't like Wu Fei, but I really like Shenlong.
I hate Shenlong. It's too Chinese for me.
I mainly like its head.
The head's alright, sure. I hate everything else about Shenlong though. Especially I don't like its tail either. I really hate its tail.
The arm, the extendo arm with the dragon head.
That's it. Yeah,
with a flamethrower.
Yeah, that's the one.
Whenever he shoots that flamethrower, it looks so ineffective, even against the Leo.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck would you put a flamethrower on a mech like that? It's worthless.
He needs to, Ultron. Yeah, Ultron Long. There it is. Ultron's cooler. I hate the Endless Waltz version, though.
Yeah, I hate the Endless Waltz version.
Actually,
I
don't like most of the Endless Waltz redesigns. I think they all mostly look terrible.
I don't mind Death Scythe. I think the others aren't particularly impressive though. Yeah, but I did like how in Endless Waltz, like Heavy Arms gets more guns. You know, it like has 4 Gatling guns.
Although Tallgeese 3 is perfection.
Tallgeese 3 is perfection. I love all variations of the Tallgeese.
All of them are fantastic.
Remember Zack's getting in it for the first time, where he's like, "This is gonna take a lot of effort. Now I can't stop with the Sound Kingdom right in front of my eyes."
You know what he needs? He needs a pilot suit, like fighter pilots wear.
Yeah.
Like Tallgeese isn't that fast. If he wore like something, you know, with the compression to keep the blood up in his head, he'd be fine. But nope. He's gotta wear his little uniform. Look all dapper.
No, I mean I respect Zack though for going in his mobile suit, dressed in his cavalry like officer's uniform. I mean that's badass. I approve.
Have you seen the version Kai versions of the Endless Waltz mobile suits?
I have, but it's been a while. Funnily enough, I actually had one of them in the Dizzy Docker video I made over a year ago. So that's like the last time I saw them. So I don't remember them that well.
Like those, I feel fix the Endless Waltz mobile suits or Gundams.
I definitely say the Heavy Arms and the Death Scythe, from what I recall. I like the cleanest versions. I don't remember what the others look like.
Like Wing Zero. The version Kai one's infinitely superior to the Endless Waltz version. It kind of mixes the original show's Zero with the Endless Waltz one and got a really nice result.
What do you think of Sandrock and Quattro?
I hate Quattro. I think he was kind of a pointless character.
Yeah, he is. God, just straight to it there, we could say that.
Sandrock, I like the design of it, but it is probably the least effective of the Gundams.
Yeah, I didn't really get why, like, how Sandrock was different from Death Scythe, really, in the sense that it's like, well, you got 2 melee mechs, and Sandrock has like these two scimitars that kind of, I guess, like go molten and like melt other mechs.
He can throw them too when they come back.
You can throw them, yeah. It's like, what's the point? I don't get it.
It's basically a up armored Death Scythe. Like
Death Scythe, like a random gorilla outfit as well. Like those other mech guys. What are they all about?
But the weaponry on Sandrock's terrible. He's got a missile launcher that has one shot in each shoulder.
Yep.
He's got the Vulcan, but everyone has that. And then he's got the scimitars, but a beam saber's better. He also has the big beefy shield that he can hit things with.
Yeah.
But oh well. Also, it's too many corny scenes with Quattro and Heavy Arms when like he's going to explode Heavy Arms and Heavy Arms raises its shield over the cockpit and he's like, "Heavy Arms, you're protecting me." And it's like, dude, what are you talking about? It's not sentient.
That's so funny. I love it when they did that multiple times in Wing as well. There was like that scene where I can't remember now. The bad guys were like showing the destruction of Death Scythe live on television, like across the world, and Duo was like looking up at the screen, and it was like, oh my god, like Death Scythe's crying, no, Death Scythe.
Yeah.
The mech isn't crying, like relax, buddy.
I really enjoyed the destruction of the original Death Scythe.
I did as well, if I'm going to be honest, yeah. I mean, it's gutted. Duo is my favourite character from Wing, but at the same time, it's kind of cool.
I enjoy it just because of something new. Like, it was the first time we really get to see one of the Gundams just get properly defeated. Because all the old ones blowing up, it was because they wanted to blow them up. But Death Scythe getting destroyed was not supposed to happen. Instead, it's, the new Taurus with the new beam weapons, with the mobile dial system, and they're hyper-coordinated, and he can't keep up with them. And they just pick him apart, and I thought that was really cool.
Why did they destroy Death Scythe instead of just using it again? What was the reason behind that?
The Tauruses tore it apart.
Yeah, I know, but why did they use the Gundam for... why couldn't they just fix it or reverse engineer?
It was captured.
But didn't they destroy it entirely, or am I misremembering that?
No, they didn't. They captured it and brought it back.
Oh, okay. I was thinking for some reason that they completely destroyed it.
I think Death Scythe Hell is a rebuild. I think they did get the wreckage and then just rebuilt it.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I kind of had it in my head that they almost publicly executed a Death Scythe in public and completely destroyed it.
They did televise the Tauruses tearing it apart with their beam weapons.
Hmm.
Yeah, they televised it to project Oz's power.
Project Oz's power.
Oh, and Sandrock has a flashbang on his shield.
Oh, I don't remember it using a flashbang.
I recall it now. Sandrock's terrible. I like that the upgrade for Sandrock was giving it a submachine gun.
Yeah.
This thing's terrible.
As a kid,
let's just give it a submachine gun.
I did really like Quattro and Sandrock as a kid, funnily enough. They were my second favourite after Duo and Death Scythe. Kind of where I got the hairstyle of Wallington inspired from a little bit with some Quattro.
Ah. Or Quattro. Quattro is
I don't really know.
Char.
Yeah, Quattro Bajura. I don't really know how to say Quattro's name. Quattro he's Quattro Vagina.
I think it's pronounced Quattro.
Quattro, yeah.
Terrible character.
I don't know. As a kid, I tended to gravitate towards those milk toast characters.
It was
that didn't really do anything.
The femboy in you.
No, it wasn't. I'm not a femboy, and there's no femboy in me.
Even though you like the femboy of the show.
No, they're all femboys. It was a show for women.
He took it to the next degree.
No,
he was the ultimate.
No,
yeah.
No. He was
Absolutely.
Cool. He was young. Everybody thought very little of him, but he was the best leader of the bunch. Though he had like that guerrilla army under him. Everyone loved Catcher.
It's because there's a
Catcher was
femboy.
a damn good leader. He was the lead. He was the most badass of the Gundam pilots. He was the leader of the group. He was the coolest one.
He was irrelevant most of the time. No one listened to him.
Just like me.
Sandrock was supposed to be a command unit. Didn't really come off as such in the show. Exactly, Daniel. That's because he wasn't a great leader. He was just a.
He wasn't.
Was just a femboy.
No,
with a Gundam.
He wasn't a femboy. No, he's not a femboy. I'm not a femboy. He's a great leader of men. He is not a femboy. They're all femboys. If he's a femboy, it was designed.
I mean, they were, but he took it to the extreme.
No, he wasn't. He was no less of a fem. Duo looked like a woman.
He was the weepy one.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
He was definitely the most feminine of the group.
Look, Quattro. No, Troa was gay as fuck. He was a clown. Troa was a clown. He was the gayest one. Quattro is alright. He's not a femboy. Let's move on.
Catra.
Catcher.
Alright, let's move on.
Okay.
Chat will be the judge of things.
Oh shit, this is the kind of mech the god emperor of mankind himself would use.
Now we're going to look at the Ingram from Patlover.
Look at the fucking size of that thing's head. Good lord.
Huh?
I don't know if I got the right mech. Maybe for it to show up on your screen now. So, no, I've got the right one.
Should be the Patlover labor.
Oh shit, no. It's gone out of order again. What the hell?
Which one did you pick?
What, the gold one?
The gold one?
Yeah, it looks like a Xeon kind of mech, and it's gold. Hang on 1 second, let me skip through. Try and find
I have all the folders numbered. We're looking at number 5.
Yeah, I inserted all the images as like a slideshow into OBS, so that's how I was kind of doing it in order. It was in order up to now. Did I miss that one?
Oh, that's because I replaced it, remember?
Oh, did you replace it? Oh, yeah, right. Actually, I remember you saying there was one extra image you gave me, wasn't there?
Yeah, I replaced it because I didn't want 2 of the same series showing up. Because a future one is from the same series.
Hang on a minute.
I mean, I could pull up the original intended, but I'd rather look at this one.
Yeah, 1 second. How am I going to do this? Do I have it downloaded still?
I know I sent it to you on Discord.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm just going to check to see if I've got it downloaded so I can add it to OBS now. Let's see. I don't know what happened. I had the mech list set up a while ago, and then I kind of here we go. Yeah, I do have it still. I'm just gonna add this to OBS 1 sec. But it's yeah, for some reason I somehow lost the original folder that I had of all your mechs in it, so I had to quickly do it before we started today's stream to get it back up again.
Huh.
Oh yeah, here we go. I've got it. 1 second. I'm just gonna extract this and then put it in OBS.
All right.
And image. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I've got the right one up now. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, this is the Ingram. It is a police mech.
Oh, it looks like a kind of Knights Templar kind of thing. It looks like a little bit like a Crusader.
But this machine is very influential to how I design mechs. Because I really like the kind of ears on the heads.
Oh, hang on. I think I might have chosen the wrong one again. This is palatable. Hang on. Got the palatable folder here.
Yeah.
The Ingram. Oh, that's weird. Don't know where the fuck this one came from then. What the hell? 1 second.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Ingram. Yeah, I don't know either. I thought I downloaded this from the palatable file you gave me.
What are you looking at?
No idea where that came from. I'm going to go back into the folder. Oh, I see what I did. I went in the wrong folder, that's why.
What machine did you pull up?
I have no idea. It looks like something from fucking the Crusades.
I wonder if you pulled up the LED Mirage.
I think it was the LED Mirage, you know. Okay, there we go. I've got it this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a police mech.
Yeah.
It's got a big old revolver as its primary weapon.
Oh, it's got a little sakura flower in the center torso as well.
Its lower arms can extend partly. They're mainly so I can reach for things that would be beyond its flexibility.
Yep.
So that's how they kind of fix that concept. Because to be honest, a lot of mechs are incapable of reaching their feet. Or much of anything.
I'd never thought of that before. Yeah, that's true.
So this thing can actually reach its feet. It can bend over and then extend its lower arms down.
And why does it need to do that?
I'm just saying it has the flexibility to do that. Or capability. Its gun, I believe, is located in its leg. So, like the side armor pops out. And then it just extends its hand down, grabs it, and then pulls back in.
It seems wholly unnecessary, but yeah.
It's also useful for punching.
Yeah, that's true. Why would it need to punch something?
To be less lethal.
Okay.
Or if it gets disarmed. I mean, why do mechs punch other mechs in general?
I mean, I'm just really fascinated with this concept actually of like a police mech that reaches for its gun and does like human things. Actually, I quite like this.
They have fun with it. They do have it do some silly things sometimes.
Yeah, it's got a little siren, police sirens on its shoulder,
yep.
Like police lights. Yeah. Why's it got one ear that's bigger? Is it perspective? It's got one ear bigger than the other one.
Just design aesthetic.
Design aesthetic, yeah.
One's a more powerful. One's a more powerful antenna.
Is this is this another Sunrise anime?
I'm not sure.
Because I'm looking at the feet and I'm like, this reminds me of Gundam.
Might be. But it also has a baton.
Oh, is that what's on its arm?
There's a picture with it holding the baton.
1 second. I didn't add all the images. I just added like the first one to hurry along.
I just throw them all into an image slideshow.
I tried doing that earlier. It worked for mine, but it didn't work for yours. It wasn't working.
Oh.
I had to add yours individually one by one and then insert it into a slideshow.
I just hit the plus sign, select all the images, and hit open, and just adds them all.
Oh, cool. It's got like versions where it's like black and has less armor or something.
Its head can also move upward, exposing the pilots so they can look outside.
Ah, that's a cool
It's useful
concept.
for interacting with people.
Oh, I see the baton now. Got it.
Yeah. Also, if like your sensors get destroyed, then you can look out without being too compromised.
Oh, I really like that image actually with its baton. I love the nighttime. I really like that kind of like 90s whatever animation drawing aesthetic. It looks really good. I really like the lighting. I think it is. I like the lighting on it.
Yeah.
Very menacing pose.
It's a really cool machine.
Do its police lights ever light up?
What?
Do its little shoulder police lights ever light up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whenever it's doing official police work, they light up.
Does it make woo 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 noises?
I mean, it's capable of it. They're not going to play that the whole time you're watching the show.
Ah.
There is an upgraded version, which has both of its ears the same length.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of sleeker. Like they're...
Yeah, tell me about the version where it's like lost its like white. It's like the top torso kind of looks like it's wearing a jacket or like a bulletproof vest kind of thing. What's that about?
It's reactive armor.
Yeah.
So when it gets hit, those pieces come off. It's basically the SWAT version.
Okay. So is it more heavily armored than the other one?
Yes.
Or is it lesser armored? Yeah, it's more armor. Okay.
I enjoy that they cover the joints. They don't leave them exposed.
Mm-hmm.
They have like that cloth-like appearance. Because in
Yeah,
reality,
that's
you
a
probably
good
do not
idea.
want the joints exposed on a machine like that.
Not just for damage reasons, but for like keeping debris and other shit out of it as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Adds a flair of realism to it, I feel.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. And I like how it's got a little, is that like a vent on its penis or something?
Oh, what? Oh, the vent?
What's that in, like, yeah, it's got
Yeah, I
a vent
figured
on
you'd
its
look there.
penis. It's right front and center though. Like, what the hell is that thing? What's that do?
It's just detail.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, well.
I mean, all the Gundam Wing mechs have a vent there.
Oh, do they? I've never noticed that before.
A lot of Gundam designs have that, actually.
Oh, you tell me about penises. I didn't know that.
I mean, when you build model kits, what do you want? You gotta put it together.
Yeah, you like to touch it, do you?
I don't obsess about it like you do, though.
But you do touch them, though.
You would, too.
I would. I definitely would not.
Snap them into place.
Again, the green visor. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Green visor. Again, I like the green visor.
Yes.
It's just a nice plain white color scheme that kind of makes you think of like, yeah, it makes you think of like Japanese police cars because they have
Yep.
that. They have that white and black color scheme, right?
They have patrol cars. They're really tiny, and they look kind of like the torso of the Ingram. They also get stepped on.
Oh, okay. By who? By the mech?
By everyone.
By everybody? Yeah.
There's a scene from like the first movie where there's a rogue mech, and he steps on the car, and the police officer is like yelling at it, and then the pilot of the Ingram also comes over and then also proceeds to step on it.
Mm-hmm.
But they have fun in this show. They let people be human. It could be
This
pretty
mech
funny.
has no ass. I like the face of that little guy in the middle of the cockpit.
Yep.
Like, he's got big eyebrows.
It's pretty maneuverable as a machine. It can suplex things, but it can't like fly or do anything goofy.
I want to see robot wrestling now. That sounds incredible.
They do have wrestling in Patlabor.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're going to apprehend someone, you need to grapple. I just can't get over the concept of like a police mech going around wrestling and arresting other mechs. That's just funny to me.
I mean, when you don't want to kill the pilot, you gotta take him down.
The thing is, if someone's really dangerous and breaking the law and a weapon of mass destruction like a mech is, surely you just go straight to the lethal option.
I don't know. Guess you'll have to watch the show.
Yeah. I like it actually. It's a very simple design, but it's very functional. Yes. I like the color scheme, and it's very except for the shoes, which are like classic Sunrise like mobile suit shoes. It's really iconic. Like it's immediately recognizable. I'd be able to recognize this from like a lineup of all the other mechs that have like released over the years.
Yeah. I really like it. Like I said, it's been very influential for me with when I design mechs. I like the more organic shapes of it, but it still has some squared off parts too.
Yeah, that's something I was going to mention. A lot of modern mechs go for that really just like jagged, almost stalactite kind of things everywhere, whereas this one is like an actual... Yeah, there's like it's squared off at the top, but otherwise it's got organic shapes. Like the back of the legs like are like kind of shaped like leg muscles kind of thing.
Yeah, I like machines that are more rounded. It makes them look more advanced. Also, I don't like machines that are overly detailed, because going a little bit into Star Trek, you know why the original Enterprise had like no real detail on its hull, right?
Just didn't have the money, did they?
No, that was a design. They purposely did that.
Okay, what did they do it for?
They did it because they reasoned a machine that advanced would be fully accessible from the inside. And having a clean surface shows that it's more advanced, it's sleek. It's more, put together. By having things hanging outside of it shows, things are too bulky to be maintained within the hull.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, right? Yeah,
so,
it's
like the engram here looks very advanced to me. Because of those rounded shapes, it's not overly detailed. It has enough to keep it interesting. But, it's a very clean machine.
Yeah, it is a very clean machine. I kind of see what you're saying. It's like it's you have to get used to it. I think if you're used to like traditional military mechs where they've got like guns and all sorts of like shit openly hanging off the mech, it just seems kind of weird to see a mech where on the surface of things it doesn't look like heavily armed or doesn't have much that it can use for offensive stuff. So it's a bit, it's a bit of a culture shock to see it. But the great thing about not having all that shit attached to it is that you can just admire the design, and your attention isn't focused on like its big ass guns or swords or whatever.
Well, the weapons carried in the in their world are more realistic. You don't need a machine covered in guns. You just need one good gun.
One good guy with a gun.
And maybe a support gun,
Yeah.
Like the revolver used by the Ingram hits like a truck.
Patlabor is really a slice-of-life comedy with mechs, not turbo serious military drama. Going for lethal option would be go against the spirit of the show.
That's a good description.
Yeah, I guess that sounds fun. I guess I'm still like a child at heart, where I'm like I like mechs going pew pew explosions, guns and shit at each other, killing people.
I mean, I like that too.
It looks really good though. Yeah.
But the machines that stand out to me are more elegant ones. And this one's pretty up there, I'd say, in terms of elegance.
Yeah, I really like the center torso of
Yes.
the default version with the full white. Actually, I really like that. It kind of reminds me of the bow of the ship a little bit. Yeah, when did this come out again?
I don't know the exact date. I think it was late 80s originally.
Late 80s. That looks really nice. Late 80s. Yeah.
80s had fantastic mech designs and actually pretty good animation.
Yeah, I
Especially
really like the drawing
later
and
on.
animation style of the 80s. Yeah, everything went to shit in the mid 2000s.
I'd say late 90s. It started sliding down, rather.
It started sliding down in the 90s. It was like gone by the 2000s. Yeah.
But like mid 90s, back to about 1981, I'd say is the pinnacle.
Yeah. Yeah.
For anime in general. And that's generally what I like watching.
I'm kind of at that period where I'm going back to a lot of anime from like the early 2000s to the late 90s and getting that old man nostalgia hit. Like I watched Shuffle again not too long ago. I like Shuffle. Forgot how good Shuffle was. Forgot the twist in Shuffle.
I
need to watch Canon 2006 again.
I was bored with Shuffle.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was bad. I just kind of got bored with it.
It's not a great anime. It's still at the end of the day like a slice of life school drama thing, but it gets crazy at the end.
Yeah.
That School Days. Oh my god, what a crazy anime that was.
Oh, well, that's the mech I should have included. Oh well, if we ever do another one, I'll include it then.
Yeah, there we go.
I just thought of another one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. What's my next one?
Your next is a Rickdom.
Oh, Rickdom, yeah. Okay, awesome, and it's actually in order this time. Cool. Look, guys, Rickdom, yeah. I fucking love this mech so much. It's so cool.
The bell bottom mech.
Bell bottoms. I really like. You know what? It's obvious I'm going through a midlife crisis because for some reason I really want to buy some bell bottom jeans. I think they look really cool. Yeah, I want to wear bell bottoms. They look cool.
Bell bottoms look terrible.
No, they don't. They look great.
No, they look terrible.
No, they don't. They look great. They look so cool.
No, they're not. They're dumb.
No, they're not dumb. They're stylish. No, we can say that. You're not a very stylish guy, are you? What's wrong with bell bottoms?
They just look dumb. How they flare out like that, and they're they're tighter on the upper leg.
It's Shaggy from Scooby Doo, though. He
looks sloppy. That's bell bottoms look sloppy to me.
He looks sloppy. Oh no, Shaggy.
He's supposed to be sloppy. That's Shaggy.
Yeah, Shaggy's a fucking stoner.
Yeah. He wears the oversized shirt that doesn't fit him right, and then the bell bottoms that
eating dog food.
Eating dog food. Fighting his dog for it.
For it, yeah.
But
on
the Rickdom, I like it.
I like it on the Rickdom as well. So there's thrusters inside the Rickdoms, flat out things, isn't there?
Very, very bold design. Looks strong.
Very bold design. I like the color scheme as well. I like purple mechs, yeah, the black and the grey and the red accents. I really like the red accents, like inside it as well. I wonder what that's all about.
Aesthetics,
yeah. But I like I really love. This is my favorite visor design. There's just something I like about the cross with the big purpley pink, like red eye in the middle. I think it looks great.
It's also has probably the best visibility because that eye is so front and center. Mm-hmm. There's no bars in front of it.
Yeah. And you've got like the big what they call a kendo sword kind of looking beam saber at the back of it, like the the big Japanese wooden swords that they practice with, the kendo sword. Yeah. Well, obviously the Rickdom's got it all going on. It's fast, it's mobile, it's got a powerful beam weapon. You can give it a bazooka, you can give it all sorts of weaponry. It's got it's got big flat feet, which look cool. It's got the thrusters on it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a samurai warrior kind of thing.
It's also designed that the flat feet does not hamper it because it is specifically a space design.
Mm-hmm.
While the original Dom also gets away with having flat feet because it needs that surface area for its propulsion.
For its propulsion, yeah, so it can go zoom, tri-stars.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I like the little skirt it's got as well. I don't know why they gave it a kind of skirt like thing going on, but I think that looks cool. And one thing I find interesting about this one as well is like the center torso, right? Is that if you take a look at the top of it near the head, it almost is like body armor, kind of like a Kevlar vest kind of thing, you know, like a breastplate, where it's got like the armor going over the shoulder, kind of like it is, instead of it being like bolted onto the mech, it's almost like it has put a vest on kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a good aesthetic though. I think it suits it pretty well.
Oh, apparently it's more ninja themed than samurai. Actually, yeah, I can kind of see where it's more ninja because of the shoulders that like kind of flare up. It's like very ninja-y.
Yeah, Rickdom was one of the most powerful mobile suits during the 1 Year War.
Yeah, I think not many people ended up actually piloting this because didn't they jump from this to, I can't remember what it was.
Galgoog?
The Goose, was it? Galgoog, that's it. Yeah.
Well, there were a lot more Rickdoms than Galgoogs. Galgoog was introduced right at the end.
Oh, okay. I remember reading something on the Gundam wiki where they were like, apparently not very many people actually ended up going to Rickdoms because they just jumped straight to the Galgoog when it was out.
I recall the Galgoog was rare. Also, stat-wise, it was more powerful than the Gundam.
What, the Rickdom or the Galgoog?
The Galgoog.
The Galgoog. What name? Galgoog.
Yeah.
The Goog.
How about Goof?
Goof, yeah, the Goof. This is no Zaku, boy. No Zaku. What else has funny names?
Yes.
What was that mech that Zeon has, where it like had a shield that fired missile launchers, and it had like a beam saber as well?
Oh, well, now that you're asking for the name, was it the Jin?
Maybe.
Don't think so. It was the knightly like one.
Yes, the knightly one. That's right.
I know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, the Gaian.
Gaia, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, the Gaian. There we go. I like the Gaian. What a random thing that was. Just like a random night mech.
That was like a custom though for one particular guy, I think.
But that's the thing. Why would you spend all those resources for one weirdly specific custom mech for one guy?
Because he's, I don't know, cool enough. Kind of like Char asking for up-spec versions of other mobile suits, though his are technically more practical.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Char's is an ace. He's just asking for an upgraded of a mass production mech. That's not too much of an ask.
Well, the Gaian might also just been an experiment. I can see it being like a test bed for beam weapons.
Oh, that guy was part of the royal family of Zeon. Yeah, I don't remember who actually piloted that mech. Okay, so I guess if you're in the royal family, then you get your own mech, I suppose.
Yeah. Didn't care for the Gaian.
I just think it's really weird.
There's like a newer version of the Gaian, which looks really cool though.
Oh, it said they made another one?
Yeah, it might have shown up in Unicorn. I'm not sure. There's supposed to be a newer version of the Gaian that shows up later. Gaian was the Galgoog's rival to become the next generation mass production mobile suit.
Really?
That's what Daniel's saying. The Gaian's stupid.
It's a fucking awful mech, though. Yeah, it's stupid. It is cool, but it's stupid.
The Galgoog was like perfection.
Galguk was perfection, I agree. Char is basically the UC version of the Red Baron. Yep. But yeah, it's Rick Dom, cool looking mech.
Yes.
Powerful, effective mech, and in the right hands, with the right piloting skill, you can kill a Gundam with it.
Okay. Daniel adds the Galguk won out, thank goodness, and McQuoove took on the prototype as his machine.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was an experimental, effectively, or a prototype.
Is that the guy Shah killed? Did Shah kill that guy?
I don't remember.
Or am I thinking of someone else? Did Shah kill Coop? Whatever the fuck his name is again. McCoove? I'm pretty sure he did, didn't he, Daniel? Shah killed him. Anyway,
he certainly got around.
Shah was always plans within plans with Shah. Shah would have been a good fit in the Dune universe of all his political machinations.
Want to move on then?
Let's move on. We on Muv-Luv now?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, this is my wheelhouse as well now. I fucking love Muv-Luv. Tempted to stream myself doing the visual novel, but that would take like a year to fucking stream all that.
The Shiranui.
The Shiranui, there we go, the Japanese one.
Definitely one of my favorites.
I actually prefer the American ones myself, but the Shiranui looks nice. I really like the head of the Shiranui.
Oh yeah. Very bold.
Very bold, very striking. Got a Jay Leno chin. I really like the ears as well.
Yes. I love ears on mechs.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time actually I'm getting a really good look at the Muv-Luv mechs. I'm normally used to seeing them with like a really weird compressed JPEG side profile, or to see them like running around awkwardly in 3D. You didn't like the Muv-Luv Unlimited anime, did you?
I did not like Total Eclipse, no.
I didn't like Total Eclipse either, but not Total Eclipse. They made an adaptation of Unlimited a couple years ago.
I have not seen it.
It's full of cheap 3D, and they fixed, quote unquote, the hair designs as well. So they're less weird anime-looking hair designs, a bit more normal as well.
I like the stupid-looking hair.
Actually, I don't like this stupid-looking hair. It's my major problem with the anime shiki. Is I was like, I'd really like this a lot more if people didn't have weird fucking pretzel hairstyles.
I like the hair not because it looks good, but just because it's Muv-Luv.
Yeah.
You can tell what it's from just by how they draw the hair.
Yeah, you know what? My favorite scene from Muv-Luv is when like the Americans come and the Japanese are like, English can eat shit. I like that part. Do you speak English, the international language? Attention, American forces. English can eat shit. I say again, English can eat shit. What? Dude, tell us what you like about the Shiranui.
Just how it looks.
It's can't get over the heads.
It's kind of it's very sleek. Like I said earlier, I like mechs that are have kind of more organic shapes to them. It's not riddled with detail, so it looks very advanced.
It's got a P90. It's machine gun
with grenade launcher.
With a grenade launcher. There's also, I'm not sure if it's all of them, at least some of them have like shoulder mounted like rocket launchers that they can use to take down fort classes.
They can, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also really enjoy all the arms on it. And just Muv-Luv mechs in general. They're just covered in arms.
Yeah, I forget they have 4 arms in reality.
No, they got more than that.
Is it more than that? How many do they have?
Let's see if I can I don't remember now. They have about 2 on the back. Those weapon mounts have multiple parts to them that act as arms. The main arms, I think, have like 2 or 3 in them.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's ones in the skirt armor too, because that skirt armor can move up and then hand its primary arm ammunition.
Oh, again, I just noticed again these mechs have big penises. Yeah.
That's what I expect from you.
Oh yeah. I mean, tactical penis armor. Yeah.
You know what's really funny?
What's that?
There's a tactical nuke inside there.
Is there?
Yes.
Oh.
It can be removed too, and used as a weapon, but its primary purpose is to kill the pilots in case they're downed.
I was going to ask, do all of them have that device?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them do. You rarely ever see it being used.
Well, yeah, it's not used very often. But the purpose was to kill any beta around it and the pilot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because you don't want to be captured by the beta.
You don't want to be captured by the beta. You don't want to be eaten alive by the beta either, right?
Or experimented on.
Experimented on, like poor what's-her-face, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Get reduced to a brain.
That was awful reading that.
That was awful reading that, absolutely. It's awful reading the part as well where, what's-her-face, the tiny one with the pink hair, she gets, like, captured by the beta, and then, like, the final brain synapse thing, like, reveals her hollowed out top half of her corpse, which is all that's left. That was fucking awful as well.
Yeah.
Muv-Love is not good for your soul, actually. It'll make you feel things, Muv-Love.
Well, mainline is fine for your soul, but bad for your brain. Yeah. It'll rot your brain out. While the mecha ones is bad for your soul.
Who's best girl in Muv-Love in your opinion?
You remember, I don't remember their names now, but there was a green-haired woman that was a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name now, though.
I can't remember her name now.
She was my favorite by a long shot.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that?
She was cool and competent, unlike most of the other female cast. And
unlike most women, yeah.
I just thought she looked really cool, especially with that red, like, dress. And her Takumi Kazuchi looked amazing in red.
Oh, you said it perfectly the first time as well. I can't really say it. Taka.
I had a lot of practice. I've been following Muv-Love about like a year after it came out. The alternative, I mean.
Wow, really? A long time then.
That's about the time.
I came across it.
And then I had to
10 years ago.
Watch. Yeah, I remember going on all these like Japanese sites and using the terrible translator tech at the time to try to figure out what they're talking about. Researching all the machines.
Wow, what did you? Fucking hell. I can't imagine doing that back then at that age.
Before the show came out, I referred to them as the Shinjutsuki. Because that's what they were labeled as on those sites. Which means tactical fighter.
Ah, okay. So that's what the Japanese call TSS. Okay.
And eventually they started calling them TSS. But on those sites is Shinjutsuki.
Shinjutsuki. I like it. We like the foreheads on these mechs as well. They got like big domey foreheads with, I guess,
radar.
That's like an imperial Japanese thing. Radar, yeah. Every time you hear that,
yeah.
That's when you know sadness is going to happen, like the chomp, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Poor Makimus.
I've actually ran multiple tabletop RPGs in this setting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used Mech and Zeta to build the TSFs.
What, do you have like the TSS versus beta, or was it like mechs
mostly versus beta. Mm-hmm. Though sometimes they'd be facing TSFs. But most of the time it was just beta.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You're a baby cat back then. Of course, you won't be jumping into those sites. No. No, I was born in '93. So when were you browsing these sites, Nova Crusader?
When?
Yeah. 2004.
Mid 2000s, I think. It's like maybe 2003, 2004.
I was watching anime back then. I was like going on, the old. Not even. Never went on Datibaya subs back before Crunchyroll. But I was like on Anime Boy back then, going on Japanese sites trying to get like fucking download anime and shit. I might have done that one day. Might have gone to a Mother Love forum if I knew it existed. I remember trying to get. Actually, I remember as a kid after watching Fate Stay Night, the Studio Dean one in 2005 or 6 or whatever it is, like trying to find the original visual novel, and they had like the Japanese untranslated version one, and the same with Rialto Noir. So yeah, I did do that. I like the swords as well that these mechs have.
What was that? Oh, the swords.
I like the swords and mechs.
They're very unconventional.
They have a lot of swords. Yeah, they're very weirdly shaped. Yeah.
They wouldn't be very effective. Because of the handle placement.
The handle was bizarre.
But
yeah, exactly.
They look cool.
They look cool, and that's all that matters.
Have you ever looked at any of the European TSS?
European ones, not since
like
I played Schwarzkopf. Not since I played Schwarzkopf, which I can barely remember now. Schwarzmarken or whatever they're called.
You should look at the Typhoon and the Rafale.
I like the F-22. I know it's American, but I like the
F-22 is solid.
Mm-hmm.
My actual favorite TSF of all time is the F-15.
Yeah, I really like the F-15 as well. I prefer the F-16, but the F-15 is nice.
F-16, well, I don't think has shown up anywhere. It's just concept art.
Just concept art, yeah. But I like the concept of it, yeah.
I really like the 15. I feel it strikes it has just enough cool factor while also looking like a mass production mech.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It just hits all the right marks.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have like the F-16 as a big thing in Mavlov, since it's like, since it's basically like the all-rounder, fighter bomber. Really, it's kind of like the workhorse for ground support missions.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet.
But yeah, for some reason my microphone just started pointing straight upwards. There we go.
Oh. Well, only so much screen time.
Only.
Get cut off.
They never had an F-17, did they?
There wouldn't. No.
No. What happened to an F-17?
If you asked me that like 10 years ago, I could tell you.
Not a big fan of planes anymore, then.
No, I am. I just don't remember that particular bit of trivia.
Oh, okay. They had Super Hornets in Marvel Life, didn't they?
They did. They're really cool. They also have the F-14.
I don't remember the F-18s or F-14s in Motherlove, actually. I only remember the F-15s.
Oh, they didn't show up in the game. The F-18, I believe, is in one of the side story releases that they put out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, Motherlove Universe doesn't really make much sense. It's like the arrival of the beta came, but then like instead of making aircraft, they made like mechs. It's like, how did the beta, like wiping out humanity's population, lead to the invention of mechs?
Laser class.
How did? But I know, but it's like, how did humanity actually improve its technological advancements when faced with being exterminated?
They already had mechs. When humanity first encountered the beta on the moon, they already had mechs.
Oh, yeah, I barely remember. Oh yeah, actually, in this universe,
yes.
Japan, there was no World War II, right? Wasn't there?
But they also had planes. They had both. Planes were still their primary, attack craft. Like,
yeah, until the lasers came and shot down all the aircraft and ordnance and shit. So that's why they're in space as well. Yeah. Can the heavy laser class shoot down spaceships? I forgot.
They can shoot down satellites. I recall the final operation of the main game. When you're descending or getting into position, a bunch of like heavy laser blasts start coming up and knocking out their dropships. So they had to make a hot drop.
Hot drop, ODSTs, let's go Marines. Yeah.
As they attack the primary hive.
The Sadogashima hive.
Yeah. Good show.
I actually quite like
series.
Quite like the I guess kind of like the rationale the beta had for doing what they're doing. They're silicon based life forms, right? So it's like they didn't think that carbon based life forms were like intelligent life forms. They basically thought that we were like ants or drones or something.
Yeah, that's because their creators were carbon, I believe, and they consider only their creators to be actual life forms. So the rest of carbon is literally just resources.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And so they didn't even consider humans as creatures at all. They're just oddly behaving material. Because the beta ultimately are space miners.
That's right. Yeah, they're just mining things.
Yeah. Like the laser class is there to take care of... Like, they're all designed to extract material. They're also just really good at also destroying things.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, you could use a drill to mine ore, or you could use it to obliterate someone.
And like the Fortress class was used to haul materials, but its stinger had extremely powerful like acid. Well, that's there to, help gather stuff. Melt down.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of matter that gets in the way as well. Yep.
Yeah. Tank class is for bashing into things, and then the grapplers have those battering ram arms to do more fine work than the tank class.
Ah, yeah, I see. What was it? Is it alternate 4? What's the ending of? It's the ending of Muv-Luv alternate, isn't it? Where they go with alternate mission 4 and they use I forget the name of them now, the gravity nuke things. G-bombs.
The gravity bombs.
Gravity bombs, and they gravity bomb the planet, right? Is it alternate? Is that alternate 4?
I think so.
I really like the after story of that one, where it's like
there's multiples too.
Yeah, there are multiple ones, but it's like, oh shit, like it's like inverted the world, so now all the oceans are like sand, right?
Yes. One of them is an aircraft carrier that's stuck on this big salt mass, and they're trying to communicate with someone from outside because communications were knocked out. And it was basically them kind of surviving, but with the knowledge that the beta were gone until the beta showed up from deep within the Earth.
Deep within the Earth. Yeah. How does that happen again? Is it like more G-bombs? Or do they like dig their way out?
Well, there was beta deep down in the Earth, so like G-bombs couldn't touch them.
Yeah, but I was wondering, something happened, or I can't remember if the beta like dig their way back up to the surface, or
they do.
There was like a war between. They just dig their way up. Yeah, because there's like a war, isn't there, between like the remnants of America and like Canada or like France or something.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like humanity, and now that the beta are gone, the humanity are like fighting over the last scrap of land and resources. I think it's like Canada and like America go to war or something.
Poor Canada.
I don't know, have to look that up again. Poor Canada. Canada get fucked. We got no chance.
I just recall the stories where everything's just bleak and isolated.
Yeah, I love those stories. Those are the best stories. One where there's no happy ending.
Nope.
Oh, I was really sad at like the mayor ending of Muv-Luv alternate, where she has like gives birth to I forget his name now. What's his name again? Taka.
I don't remember their names much anymore. I think it is Takeshi.
Takashi's
something like that.
Gives birth, May gives birth to Takashi's child, and then there's like that scene where humanity has colonized a new planet, and they're like looking in the stars, and he's like, "Your dad's out there fighting," and like a little baby Takashi's like, "Come home, Dad," and it's like, "Oh no, so sad." Canada hate, agree.
All right, let's move on.
Drops work great. Just ask Clan Novacat. Yeah. Oh, what's that guy called again? In Mech Warrior 5 clans, my favorite guy. What's his name again?
Perez.
Perez, yeah. Demi Presenter. I fucking love Perez. Good man. I'm so sad we had to turn on him.
You didn't have to. You chose to.
Why did I choose to turn on Perez again? I forgot.
Because he was being stupid at that moment, and then you're like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, I was really
wanting
to
gave him some really
Perez,
bad lines.
Too annoying. They did. They made him too annoying. I was like, no, Perez, I want to be on your side, but you're really not giving me a choice here.
They made him into a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Oh, that was it. He was pissy about being reprimanded, so he kept trying to he took it out on us, and I got annoyed at that. Yeah. No, Perez, stop sassing me, Perez. I like you.
Yeah. Next one.
Okay, so this is. Yep. So this is the. Is it the black?
Hang on.
It's the.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
You have the bike mech.
The bike mech, yeah, Blast Writer. Have you seen the anime Blast Writer?
Nope. I've heard the name.
But
I never watched it.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere in 2009. They like showed it on YouTube for free. I think it came from. I think it's Gainax. I think it came from Studio Gainax, and it's a very bizarre anime actually. It's an anime about there's like a virus going around that turns people into like these digital mechanical like zombie-like creatures called demonicus or something like that. And so like humanity has this secret kind of police force called XAT, and I forget what it stands for, but they're a mixture of like policemen, so they're like policemen on foot with guns and shit, but then they've also got these mechs here, like these bikes. So it alternates between being a bike for high speed like chasing, and then when they need to like kill and shoot stuff, then you can see the bike transforms into this little mech here. So the mechs themselves are about the size, just a little bit bigger than a person, so they're very small mechs.
Yeah.
But they're very fast and agile, and they're very quick. And just the whole this whole anime had a weird obsession with like motorbiking for some reason. Like everyone's like a pro like race car motorbiker for some reason. But yeah, I thought it was little cool. I like mechs that transform into vehicles. I like how the original Gundam can like transform into like a jet and then transform into the Gundam.
Well, it would come apart because the core fighter was just embedded in its torso.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Zeta Gundams when they have transformations.
That was it. The Zeta Gundam transformations. That's the one. Yeah.
But yeah, we also have like Macross and Southern Cross and Mospita and all transformables.
That's right. So you can probably tell as well from this one picture, right? Is that again, the major problem with Blast Writer I found is that all the action scenes are like the big action set pieces were all done in that really cheap, shitty Berserk kind of 3D thing.
Yeah.
So it didn't look the best, but yeah, it was. I just thought these were cool, fun-looking little mechs with a little person inside. Bikes are cool. I like bikes.
I really don't like when they use cheap CG stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I stopped watching Super Robot Wars because they just look so terrible. I could not enjoy them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Their weird movement and they just look awful.
Honestly, I'm kind of flagging right now. I'm really tired, so I'm struggling to come up with stuff to say.
Well, we can go through them quicker if you want.
Yeah,
ideally, does this have a gun on it?
It does, yeah. So on the right side of it, it's got a little auto cannon that it uses to. Basically, the way the Demonicus things work is they're like hordes of zombies kind of thing, but what they can do is that they can merge together with and like manipulate technology and stuff, right? So like a Demonicus might be able to merge with a motorbike and then replace its lower half and turn it into a motorbike, whilst the top half is still like a kind of weird digital demon thing.
Okay.
And then they can transform like mass, so they can like turn it into like rocket launchers and shit.
Sounds like Gao.
Basically, kind of like Galgaigar, I imagine. Yeah.
Their enemies are like that.
Probably kind of similar to that.
I think it's been done multiple times. That concept.
Yeah. Did Transformers come out before or after Zeta Gundam?
What was that?
Did Transformers come out before or after Zeta Gundam? I think it came out after, didn't it?
I think the toys might have came out before. I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like the look of this little mech. It's kind of, I like its little feet. He's got the little tires here from the bike as well.
Yeah.
But I really like mechs with these kind of. I like its like shoulder and the armor. I think that looks cool.
I like it when they have big plates on like the thighs and the shoulders like that.
That's how I would describe it. I like the mech armor with big plates. Plates are cool.
Yeah. Neat little design.
Neat little design. Again, a simple color scheme, just a bunch of grey with orange accents.
Yep. Want to move on then?
Yeah, I've got the time for about one more. I think potentially it's coming up to 10 o'clock.
Do you just want to skip to our favorites then?
Yeah, do you want to skip to favorites? Okay, we can do a part 2 if you want to actually and cover the rest of them.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe add a few more. Or I don't even know if we need to add more.
No, I think we'd probably be able to do another full stream with the rest of them.
Yeah. So let's just do our favorite mechs then.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to start off with your favorite mech?
Sure. And that is the LED Mirage.
The Mirage. 1 second. I haven't. Which one is that? Which one is the LED Mirage again?
The one labeled as LED.
Oh, that one. That was the one that was like I think. Yeah, the one that was like a Crusader beforehand. I know the one. 1 second.
It also has like a big blade on its forehead and on its head.
Got it. I got it. Yep.
All right. Yeah, this is my.
I really like this one as well. This
is my all-time favorite mech from anything. This is the Kamiyoshi mech.
The Kamiyoshi mech. Why is it your Kamiyoshi mech?
Just the way it looks. I first encountered it on an old web store, trying to look for Gundam kits.
Yep.
And I saw the box art for this thing, and I just sat there and stared at it, and instantly fell in love with it.
Yeah, I can imagine why. Actually, this is a very striking color scheme, patterns, whole design. This would catch my attention if I saw that randomly somewhere.
I actually did buy that kit. It's a terrible kit.
Oh, it always sucks to hear that. A lot of mech kits tend to be terrible. What's wrong with it?
It fit together poorly. Required a lot of extra work. The joints are awful. Pieces are brittle. It just suffers from old kit syndrome. But all of the 5-star story kits are advanced modelers only. They're extremely like the current LED Mirage, like the smaller one. You literally start at the core of the machine and build outward. You're building all the under components. Like, these are not easy to build kits. but when you finish them, they look incredible. I'll often repost them on my Twitter.
So what kind of like weaponry is used in the universe of this mech? He's got is it like a melee thing, or are there like ranged weapons as well?
A lot of melee weapons. It's got a sword, but like they can charge energy through the sword. The LED Mirage is like the most powerful mass production mortar head. That's what they're called. Their mechs are called mortar heads.
Yep.
It's got a fancy sword. Its shield has a missile launcher in it, and
of course it does. Yeah.
it has a big pincer behind the shield that it can grab. You can strike out and grab things, or just cut them in half.
Oh wow.
Also, the blade on the forehead part that sticks up is actually one of its most powerful weapons.
Really?
Yes. The amount of energy it can focus into it pretty much just cuts anything.
It's kind of like a beam kind of cutting thing.
It can also use one of the pictures. I have this really, really long barreled gun. And it has a massive backpack, but that's like basically a nuke launcher.
Yeah, so what's going on with the shoulders? Is that like is that ammunition or something? What are those big shoulders useful? And the background, like it's backpack, I think that is actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that's a power generator for the gun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And yeah, the gun will mess you up.
What's the on the top of its head? It almost looks like an axe head on the top of its helmet. What's that about?
I think that's more ornamental.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember everything about it. I watched or read 5-Star Stories a long time ago, and it's a very, very, very dense manga and kind of hard to follow because there's so much going on and it jumps characters so often and time periods. Like you'll read one chapter and then you'll skip 300 years in the future.
Oh my god!
The next one.
300 years. Why
and
300
then
years? Oh, no.
I don't just the story idea that came to mind, and then like 3 chapters later, you might jump back 500 years.
Oh, back 500 years again.
It's kind of a bit like an anthology, but it tells a big overarching story of these 5 planetary systems. That's why it's called 5-Star Stories.
Kind of stuff. I love stuff like that, actually, yeah.
You might like 5-Star Stories, although there's a lot of really bizarre concepts, too.
Yeah, I really like stuff like, oh god, what's it called? Children of Time, right? I like stories where it's like, planets and systems and stuff as they kind of like go over the years and like going back in time and forward in time and shit. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's one of the most powerful mechs ever created in fiction, too. It's beyond absurd in what it can do. Really?
Yep. I believe they've never lost one in a battle. It has like 100% win rate. What's the
anime called again?
5-Star Stories.
5-Star Stories. Okay, I have to watch this one, actually. I really like the look of the mech.
There's only a OVA that tells one story. I would recommend watching that too. It's actually pretty fun.
Okay.
It doesn't have the LED Mirage. It has the Knight of Gold, which is the personal mortar head of Emperor Amaterasu. And that's basically a souped up LED Mirage.
Yeah, I can see the gold one and like all the promotional art when I type in the 5-Star Stories. Yeah, it's like a gold mech front and center everywhere.
I like the Knight of Gold, but I like this one more.
I like this one more as well, actually, yeah. Very Knights Templar look-alike.
Yeah.
Again, I like the feet on this as well. It looks like, again, like knightly greaves kind of thing. Like a European knight.
It has different versions of the feet, too.
Huh.
The older one has these 2, like, I don't know what you call them, like pronged toes sticking out the back. And then the later ones have a heel. But they all have a that like lever thing on the heel that can go down to stabilize the machine. when he uses heavier weapons. It looks kind of like a spur.
Yeah, and it's got a cool little belt as well, with like almost kind of like a skirt kind of looking thing. And
But
its legs kind of look like trousers.
the LED Mirage did get a complete revamp recently by the creator, because he made a different show, and then he's like, I like this. I'm going to now force it on 5-star stories. So he redesigned all the mechs, and now they look cool, but they don't look nearly as good, in my opinion.
Oh well, it's his story. I guess he can do what he wants.
Yeah. I just do not like the new versions. Like,
no, I don't
this
think
was
you can improve upon this, really.
This is perfection.
This is perfection. I'd agree with you there. It's very nice.
I like that it looks like a machine, but it's also, I don't know, it's art.
Right. It is. It's art. It's like it's busy, but it's not too busy. It's kind of like it's like part medieval knight kind of thing, but then at the same time, it's also very it's like futuristic and mech-like. So it's like two completely different periods of time meshing quite well together to create a fantastic aesthetic. Yeah.
Also,
I approve of this mech.
A very influential machine for my drawings.
Would you write? Would you write and draw a fan fiction set in this universe?
I'd have to reread it because it's a very complicated universe. As for drawing, I mean, I don't know if I can really draw the LED Mirage, and I don't think I could do it justice. And if I could,
maybe you could.
It would take a very long time to do.
You'd come up with like a concept of what the prototype would have looked like.
Nah, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it the way it is.
No, fair enough.
Sometimes you just don't want to draw something because it's already perfection.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the horn. I guess you'd call it, like kind of like on the front, but at the same time, I do wonder if it looked better actually about the horn.
You're quiet. What?
I'm wondering again. My microphone for some reason keeps pointing up randomly after a little while. I think the mech would look better if the horn on the front of the mech wasn't there.
Well, you're in luck because there's alternate versions of the head, and they do not have that. They even have an eared version.
I might like the eared version more.
Yeah, I like this one the most, but all the other variants look really cool too. Definitely take a look.
Yeah, I will actually. Let's see if I can find one. Let's show you. What's it called again?
5-star stories.
Not the name of this thing there. What's the actual mech called again?
LED Mirage.
LED Mirage. I don't know, just after a quick Google search, they all have the horn on it. I tried Googling like the eared version, and I can't find one with the eared version.
It might have a different name, but it uses like the same body.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I think it looks better without that front, but it still looks really cool there. This conversation excites him to the point his mic keeps pointing up. Yeah, Nova Casino, your mech has given my microphone an erection.
I mean, I can understand that.
Okay, let's take a look. Now let's take a look at my favorite one.
Yes,
it's Big Zam. Of course, it's Big Zam. I fucking love Big Zam. What an absolute unit Big Zam is. I mean, everybody loves Big Zam. Who doesn't like Big Zam? Look at this thing. It's got little not little. It's got great big chicken legs. It's got a great big cannon in the middle of it.
It's a stupid design, but
it looks like a crab at the top.
It's a very stupid design, but yeah, it's hard to hate.
It is, as you say, it's fucking stupid, but it's really powerful. I like its little chicken legs. I like how it's got like, what is that, like thrusters in its butt?
Yes.
It's got like the things between thrusters in its butt.
It has also thrusters in its back too.
Thrusters in its back as well, yeah. Again, it's got it. It's very like mollusk. It's very not mollusk. It's very crustacean like.
It's like a clam with legs.
Yeah, like a clam or like the top half of a crab or something. It's so stupid. It goes to awesome. It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got the giant cannon in the middle, and I can't remember in UC, doesn't it like around the cannon and like those little crevices? Don't those all shoot out like a big array of lasers as well?
It has a whole bunch of like beam cannons along the trenches
in the middle. That's right. Yeah. Just pew 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 pew.
SD Gundam had a pretty good bit on the Big Zam.
I just love its fucking chicken feet. They just gave it chicken feet with like its shin guards. It reminds me of the King Crab actually a little bit from BattleTech.
I can kind of see that.
You can kind of see a little bit of King Crab in there, yeah. And you've got like the weird, like where its shoulders are kind of thing. You've got like these weird plates like pointing upwards to make it look more evil and menacing, I think.
Yeah. Very silly design, but also cool.
Very silly design, but very cool. Very cool.
Totally ineffective.
Totally ineffective. Stupid. I don't know who came up with this idea, but I guess it's like it's a good bunker buster mech. I guess if there's no opposition, right? Just get it to blow up big fortresses.
Yeah, with the hyper beam cannon in there.
Yeah, we're arguing. The chat's arguing about urban mechs now. Like, what would you give an urban mech as an armament, Nova? I'd give it an AC-20, just one AC-20.
That's its default. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go with that too.
Love AC-20s. Yeah, just pew, bang.
It's a terrible mech. You might as well give it a good weapon.
Really good weapon. Police urban mech as well, so it goes woo, woo,
It is intended for city fighting, so AC-20 absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why it's called an urban mech.
Exactly right. Just a cheap, easy crowd. Yeah, that will remove a crowd, right? An AC-20 just splat.
Well, you'd arm it with something else for that. But it's supposed to be a city defense mech. It's a defense
Sneak up on the back of something, shoot it in the back with an AC-20.
And that's also why it doesn't have arms. So there's like nothing to get smack into buildings and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the urban mech in its preferred environment is effective.
It's effective, but it's ugly.
It's very ugly.
Mech. Very ugly.
Did you know?
It has 360-degree rotation, though, doesn't it?
What was that?
Does it have 360-degree rotation?
I believe it does. Yeah. Did you know the Flea is a police mech?
Oh, I didn't know that actually. I
Yeah.
just wonder what the Flea's for. It's like a scout kind of thing normally.
It is, but one of its main original purposes was to be a police mech. The machine. It would have the machine gun, but the lasers were replaced with water cannons. But keep in mind, it's also carrying a mech scale machine gun.
Yeah, hose people down with the machine gun.
Spicy.
You hose them down with the machine gun, and then you use the water cannons to just brush them away. Yeah.
I think you're supposed to go the opposite way.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's Big Zam. I mean, it's just a meme. It generally is my favorite mech because it's one big meme. I think it's funny. Big Zam.
Yep.
It's a chicken with a big fucking cannon on the top.
And a bunch of cannons that along its sides that can only shoot in one direction.
They only shoot in one direction and can't hit anything.
Oh, it hits stuff because everyone's always perfectly positioned for it.
They just stand there staring. Massacre! It's a Big Zam!
All you have to do is go above it or below it, and you win.
Yeah, you can imagine a piranha taking this thing down, just like run right up to it and then this machine gun its legs. Actually, speaking of which, how big are Battletech mechs relative to Gundam mechs?
Depends on your Gundam.
Yeah.
Also depends on your mechs. A lot of mechs are deceptively small or deceptively large. Like the 25-ton Fire Moth for the clans is about the size of a dire wolf.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. It always surprised me in Mech Warrior clans. It's fucking huge for a light mech.
And a lot of mechs are like that. Direwolf is actually pretty small and compact.
It gets even more compact if you don't have like LRMs or any missile turret in its shoulders as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's end it there as it's getting late.
But
we managed to get through half of it, so that's enough for another half of it. That's enough for another stream, though, I reckon.
Yep.
I believe it. Yeah, I honestly, I thought we'd be able to get through 12, no problem. We only got through 6.
I figured it might come to that because we get stuck on a topic and then run with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't think there'd be much to talk about with mech design, honestly, but actually there is a lot to think about.
Yes. Mechs are serious business.
Mechs are serious business. Are you going to keep streaming Nova Crusader, or are you going to end it here today as well?
I am going to call it. This is normally my break day.
Oh, okay. Okay, then. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. That was a lot of fun. Special thank you to Nova Crusader as well for the collab.
Anytime.
But Nova Crusader's channel.
Stream too.
No worries. Make sure you guys head over to Nova Crusader's channel and you subscribe to Nova Crusader as he plays all sorts of really old man games that probably came out before you were born.
I play some new ones too.
Sometimes he plays some new ones. To be fair, I was really looking forward to your Dark Forces playthrough. It's been a while. It's been a very long time since I played that. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had time, but I will watch that tomorrow. And
jump mechanics.
Jump mechanics.
They're terrible.
Yeah. But it's got Kyle Katarn though, and that's all you need.
Yeah. Can we review Power Ranger mechs? I don't think Wellington's much of a Power Ranger fan.
I don't like the Megazords, but I mean, I'm up for it, but I don't like Megazords.
I mean, we could just do a mech review series like once a month or something if you want.
Yeah, we could do that. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm more into as I said, I'm more into Western mechs than like Eastern mechs. Although I do like my Gundam and stuff, but yeah, I've got more to say about BattleTech stuff really rather than Gundam.
But we can do like different series as well. Because I don't know, there might be some Megazords you might actually like.
I can't think of any honestly, because I've watched like every Power Rangers up until Mystic Force or whatever the fuck it was called. So yeah, no Megazord really stuck out to me.
Maybe we should expand it to like the whole Sentai.
Yeah, we could do that because it's not just Power Rangers, right? There's other stuff that came out as well.
Also, I would love to do. Are you familiar with Masked Rider?
Masked Rider? I don't think so. No.
Because I would love to do like a suit design review sometime too.
Okay, that sounds fun. We could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could just show them to you and you give your opinion on them. Don't need to watch them.
Absolutely.
Alright, well, I should let you go.
Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much, Nova Crusader. And I'm going to go raid Kara, so yeah, enjoy your day, guys. Thank you very much. And I will see you later. Much love.
Goodbye.
Love you guys. Oh, wait. Actually, as well, actually, not you, Nova Crusader, but guys, do you want me to Phase Invaders, like, shit, tomorrow? I might do a Phase Invaders stream tomorrow. Yeah.
Nice.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.